less sitting on their ass.
Yeah. Less of the,
I don't think they'll stay. So I'm worried about them not staying. The second fight goes, I would have bailed too. But, you know, we gave him many times over time to nut up or shut up. He hasn't. He says, how about I don't nut up and do my job, but I can also do this to make you forget why I'm not doing my job. But look who wears bigger maps, canvas bags that are made of paper at this point. Knowingly release those power helmets, and they knew it would hurt somebody. They knew it. The mold, they know. Boycott, maybe. Dude, like boycott, maybe.
Boycott, maybe.
Yeah, that's on the right. I said, that's what I said. That Bethesda doesn't care anymore about the functionality and the fun. They just want dollars and in big bags. You have to be rifle or corporate drone to get a 0.5 close to getting tied in motivation. It's depressing at least, and riot/boycott worthy at best. Anyone up the hashtag ban Bethesda? Boycott maybe. I got two upvotes to do this. I'm just here for corn. You, sir, are a genie. No problem. But again, the point still stands. He had his chance, and he didn't take it. He had his chance, and he sat there and said, I don't know, but I'll give you something to pay attention to while I don't do my job. It's kind of like those funny little YouTube videos you watch trying to laugh. It's on Easter. Nothing else is about Easter. I'm going to mention a specific, there's a dreadful name to mention, a FNAF YouTuber named Rooster Guy, I believe what it was. And it was like, we know that our videos has nothing to do with Easter, so here's an Easter egg. And they just popped up a picture of an Easter egg. That's Todd. Everything's going to hell in a handbasket. And Todd's like, I know my game doesn't work. I know these things are happening. I don't care. But while you're busy trying to riot and like power, here's a free skin with the purchase of Fallout first, or something more outrageous like excessive grinding on a board game or Reputation, where he makes this free, and free is flying across the screen. So while you're busy trying to find out how the fuck that makes any sense, you're getting bombarded with the word free this, free that, and then it says in like fine print, but you gotta sell me your soul. Or something less dramatic. Bethesda is like a maggot from a fruit fly. The game could have been a really nice apple or a really great pear or a whole bunch of grapes, as Jinx calls it. Like he says, it's sad Bethesda couldn't be a bunch of grapes because now they're rotten. They're the maggot that was laid by the bad people from the bad fruit flies that's now just going to sit here and say, hey, I know the food is rotting, but I'm going to keep eating up all your stuff. So your sweet game is going to die from the first day it came out. You know, they're the infection that you get when you scratch your arm and don't wash it. Your arm being the game. Eventually that's going to have to get taken off. It gets bad enough. The amputations meaning the metaphorical meaning for breaking away from the game might not be possible if it gets bad enough, and you might lose everything, which is you metaphorically dying because, wow, who would have thought that cleansing Bethesda from your Xbox would do yourself a favor? When the Legislators update came out, I had to bail on, I only had 4 games on Xbox, Fallout, Grand Theft Auto, Terraria, and Minecraft. I had to bail on every single one of them but Fallout to keep my Xbox working. Which is great because I'm probably would have done that to Rockstar anyways. But then,
fuck GTA, but still.
But then it started dawning on me. They're not as bad as Rockstar is. You know, Rockstar wants money as well. But they're not telling you that all the money they're getting is going to VR. But You know, and like I said, he wants his gallery dues in the biggest bags possible. And that's what I'm going to mention about what did I say before about marketing? 3 things you need to run a successful profit in a game like Fallout. Happy community, happy reviews that are actually genuine, good dev team, and the other one, the dev team, all this stuff equals profit.
And working games.
They're making the game semi-functional enough to make them about $1,000 a month. Yeah, they're getting lots of money for doing nothing. Again, it's like what I will say Oversimplified did for his you get a Porsche. That's Todd up there in the stand saying, hey, we're struggling here in the wasteland as your game is becoming dictatorial and we're trying to succeed, but you're not. Are you gonna help us, man? You get a ban. Oh, hey, look, in terms of the dev team, you get a raise in a Porsche. Or a Rolex watch or a pat on the back and saying we did it. By next Christmas, they'll drop out. Like I said, Todd gets the amount of money he wants. I'm gonna say it right now. He only made Fallout was only his thing because of he wanted to profit off of everyone, even ZeniMax, whether they know it or not. So when he gets the money he desires, he's gone. All those dev teams will be jobless. At worst case scenario, at best they'll be maybe working for ZeniMax, but they won't be doing it on Fallout. How bad will it have to be before? Just chunked water on Alice. She's like, really? It looks hot, Alice. But how long will it be till Todd really bails? I'm going to say by the next Christmas update. That's if he's lucky. I would like to see him gone. And like I said before, I'm not saying let's storm Bethesda's doors and take him and put him on a pike or something, but, I think right now a boycott would be needed. I do think people need to stop getting on Twitter, and every time Bethesda says anything on their post, stop voting altogether. Please, just don't upvote, don't downvote. If you do any of that, it shows them that they still got you brainwashed. Stop voting at all. Quit paying attention to help lock them off the Reddit thing if you have the ability to do so. I'm new to Reddit, but me and Bromby were only trying to get 2 guns out of the game, and
that's all we asked.
That's a big ass horsefly. Fuck that. That's huge. Yeah. Look at that. Todd reminds me of a horsefly. That's a good one. Doing anything you can to bite and drain. He's a parasite. Or could give you parasite. He bans. I told you about the character of the kid. He was actually a kid, like 10 or under. All he did was find a gun during the bandwave shit. All he had to do was found one. He didn't know about any of that. He got banned for picking up 2 3-star fixtures out of a trash can and a couple hundred of one type of present. And I think he picked up by the time he got ready to pick up the plan, one of the plans, and I ended up accidentally took everything out of the trash can, because you can't just do one at a time with a hidden transfer, and then hoping the game will function up to take one item at a time. He got permaban. He's got one of those bans where until we decide to fix our job and fix the game, you're not getting your account back until what they said until the issue is resolved. That's just basically saying until we decide to do our job. We're not going to.
God knows how long that'll take.
They flat out said that he did something wrong and he had no clue. Legal procedures don't even apply to them apparently anymore, because they do. They do, but they, again, the most amount of money in the biggest bags possible. They'll get body bags and stuff them with money if they get a chance to. And that's what I'm worried about, is Todd doing so. and then, like, again, not caring. Clover used to love this game. I used to love the game. I worked with them for so long. And all they've done for me was give me a vacation after Wastelanders drop. And then the only thing they didn't do for me was steal my paint skin for the Atomic Onslaught and use it to make money. Yeah, every time someone gets the Atomic Onslaught paint, you know what happens in Tom's office? Literally, ching, ching, ching. Someone spent money on the game just so they could run to the Atomic Onslaught stuff. So they had enough points just to buy the Onslaught. They do it again. So the next Onslaught item. They get money off the shit I do. I made with my stuff. And they're like, we could benefit from his dismay. All Todd ever has done this kind of why Skyrim did so well, but now is so bad. Because people finally woke up and realized, hey, that game right there was literally the beginning of, hey, you know your game's having an issue, but we don't give a shit. Keep paying us. They want to be paid to not give a damn. Do you have anything to say on that at all right now?
They just okay. Here's my thing. Considering I just got my items, people say that Fallout First is a scam.
It kind of is, though, in a way.
In a way.
It doesn't do you. It doesn't do you any good if you get banned because you simply just couldn't exist in the game.
Right.
So if you paid money to have Fallout First 100 for a year and all that nonsense, and if they just up and ban you for whatever excuse like a fill in,
you just lost that money.
You duped whether you did it or not. You're getting a ban.
And
until they fix the issue, you can't come back.
One Reddit
they might
post
keep you for a whole year.
One Reddit post actually set me off, got me a little bit angry because they said, if you duped, you deserve the ban. No amount of whining will change that. For one, a lot of these people that are going to be banned didn't even dupe the shit in the first fucking place. It's going to be stuff that people...
They found it.
It's going to be people that duped, that didn't tell anybody.
Worst case scenario, they knew you did. They knew you... They know that you know a guy who was wanted for duping. And then they're going to ban you to get to that person. It's ransom.
But it's going to be a lot of it's going to be people that...
life if you don't tell us where he is.
A lot of it's going to be people who don't even know because they just got a random amount, a lot of items from one dude that didn't even tell them that they duped it.
Well, I figure that's the point, is to save, quote-unquote, save their account, but they don't know that, again, you just got banned for doing that anyways. They'll add an extra amount of they'll add some more days on the list because you duped it and then put it away. Just that gives you a whole extra month of being banned from whatever your current thing is. So if it's a year, well, that's a year and an extra month because you decided to put it in a box. That's a call for help. It doesn't matter whether you did it or not. You could just found it. It's over. It's over. You found it, and now you're in trouble for having it. But again, how many people are they going to ban before people start saying, I might get in bad trouble just for existing on the game. I'm going to stop playing. Or how long will it take before Todd's power shifts and someone says, hey, I'm going to make my own version of Fallout, and I'm going to work with ZeniMax to take the other Fallout down altogether and make the same exact game, but without Todd. You know? There's all your Fallout projects that kind of did that, though, in a way. It was the, you can just figure it out. Like I said, it's not hard at all. But for some reason, how in the hell, I don't know. But for some reason, people like us are like, we're going to be struggling forever. We will get through it. But how long will it take? How many fuck-ups will they get before someone says, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get a rifle at best, or worst scenario, is what I should say, a worst scenario, and now Todd has actually been kidnapped, and who knows what? Meaning, how long will it go on before someone says, I'm going to hurt or kill somebody to get my way? It was just something I don't want this thing to happen. If anything, I want to slowly escalate to where, like, okay, boycotting. If it gets worse than boycotting, let's go and just go from there. You know what I'm saying? Escalate it from that to something else. Try something different. Just go on through the list and try to fix the issue over time. Eventually, you think they'd fix it. I'm also reading things on my Xbox plans. Nazi Zombie. I almost said Zombie. That poor guy. He's a Lego YouTuber for that stuff. I thought that was cool. Playing something odd. But that's my new alternative. I'm boycotting my part of the game. Canceling my Fallout person.
We're doing something. We're doing a video.
I'm just going to stop helping them because, again, they had their chance as a company. I know they did. And what are we getting for it?
We're not getting jack shit.
How long will it be until it's time for them to apologize for failing? No, hey, I know I was failing, but I'm sorry that I can't make the game the way you were hoping because I don't want to. Not that I can't, it's because I don't want to. You don't want to do jack shit. The company don't give a damn. I know they don't. If they cared for half the shit that was going on, we wouldn't be having these videos. We wouldn't be doing or dealing with the shit we're dealing with.
Hell, we wouldn't even be talking so down to Bethesda. But
I hate that for so long, I believed they were doing good. I was so stupid. I hate it. I believe that they were doing great. I told people that there's a better end of it somewhere. Gotta be right. Somewhere. I know. There was no end to this, and long story short, Todd does not care. Hey, look, we're all there in the 5th wave. Great. God, that is some fun shit that's about to happen. If I didn't get on long before the 5th wave showed up. That's amazing. They didn't take long. Oh boy. I feel like it's bad when a Call of Duty game that had some issues with an update or two is doing a lot better than they are.
Yeah,
I hate to say that.
It's really bad.
Y'all got some bad problems if that's the case.
But
I quit playing this game for a long time myself because of that reason. Because of some things that happened. Because of them.
you couldn't even play the game because it wouldn't let you, would it not?
Of an update. Just because of an update. The update was a bit of an issue. I gave it a little bit of time and I was like, okay, well maybe it's, they can't help it or something. Maybe there's a problem with my Xbox. No. There was nothing wrong. Well, there was a problem, yeah, but it wasn't one of those big ones that's like, oh damn, it's completely my problem. It was a little bit the Xbox itself plus what they did. They couldn't handle what was happening. And unfairly so. Again, I would love to have, we'd love to keep playing, because there's old updates and shit that I can't even... There's so much stuff I miss about this place. I miss this game with all my heart and soul, man. Oh boy. Just having this, the shit that happens in these games is bad, though. Like, here I am, issue having like crazy right now. As we sit here and chat, I'm having problems, but it's still better than playing Fallout and getting banned just for existing and nothing else. I'd hate to say that, man, but I'm saying it right now, all of my heart and soul.
I said it.
It's a lot better than existing in a Fallout game and getting punished just for that reason.
I said it to Mage, and I said it on the Twitch stream. It's not... It would be different if they were just... It would be a little bit different. Not by much. By barely any. If they were just banning the cheaters that did the shit. But they're going to be I know for a fact they're going to be banning anybody that has duped items at all. So, what's eventually going to happen is they're just going to do a ban wave after ban wave, and everyone who play, they're either going to ban everyone who plays the game. Actually, there is nothing else. They're either going to do that at some point, if that's the way they're going to do it.
They'll ban everyone for long. That's what I'm saying. They're going to do it. They're already going to ban people just for playing. Like I said, all those YouTubers, they're going to get 0.5%. They're going to get in trouble. I mean, there's 2 YouTuber groups that actually flat out were like, look at the new ban. And she's going to get a ban, and they're not going to think about it. They're just going to ban her. They're going to ban her. That's all it took. Where she talked about she talked about that one wrong thing. That's all. You talked about that one wave that we didn't want anyone to talk about. Instead of saying, hey, we don't want you talking about it, they just ban her. And then what? She's a YouTuber, and if you get YouTubers in that much trouble, what do you think that does for your company? Flat out. Get my point? How many times is that going to happen before, like, seriously, man? You know?
How many times are they gonna?
Someone says you just ban her just because you felt like it. How many times are they gonna fuck up before some player knows what they're doing and says, "Hey, Bethesda, give me my fucking money back," and then they start getting physical? I'd worry for someone getting physical with Bethesda, but at the same time, I'd promote it in a way because what does Todd not do? Oh, I'll blew myself up. Okay. I blew myself up with a grenade, lol. I'm having more fun playing this game than I am anything else. That's pretty damn bad. To me, that is really bad.
But, you know, not really, because, well, the creators of Call of Duty have been making somewhat the same kind of game for 12 years, and it hasn't changed a shit ton. And that's kind of a good thing because they've got their formula down.
There's things that happen.
I'm talking about in the basic fundamentals of gameplay. Yeah, there'll be new features, different stuff, but generally the way you move around and do things is usually the same.
Right.
And that formula works so well.
You watch what's going on, you pay attention, you'll survive, you're fine. I like the fact that zombies get electrocuted in this one. The Tesla thing on tracks. I thought that was fun. Because that was a new thing to me. But, like I said, there's... How long till shit starts actually working with Bethesda? How many times do people gotta say, hey, maybe Bethesda needs to piss off? And, for example, someone does actually decide that he's going to get a gun that looks like a real Fallout gun and start killing people or taking people hostage and being what we don't want in a riot. That means something really bad's going on if that's happening to them, though. You know, will I promote it? No. Will I support it? Depends on the situation at that point, too. Because if someone's willing to start a moment like that, but they're willing to riot, boycott, not use, talk down to a company, and the company doesn't care, that's bad. Real bad. Like, I can't even say that I would almost support it if it got to be one of those moments. Because, again, you had your chance to stand up and say, I'm sorry for your problem that we gave you, Here, let's fix it. Instead of saying, make sure it's actually you, not the game, before you contact us again. What kind of words are those? How stupid are you with that stuff? I want to mention, how stupid are you at that point? At that point, you're just asking for it. As a crawler. You know? You're asking for it then. What they basically told you, Brahma, make sure you can admit that it's your fault, that why you can't do that event before bothering us anymore. Excuse me, Bethesda. That's not how you do dev work. It'd be easier to say, hey, sorry to hear you're having an issue. I might be able to help you find a way to fix it. Let's go step by step and see if they can figure out what happened. Because I know they can tap into your account, and they watch what you do in the games as it is. Then there's no excuse. Okay? So, wait, why? That's what I went on.
I submitted every ticket I submitted, so they have a problem to look into. In the game itself, not into, you're having a problem. It's a problem with the game. It's not a problem with the game. It might be a problem with you. I appreciate the effort of.
That's what they are, though.
Asking me to do so, but if you're gonna do that, also make sure that everything's working on the game's end as well, please.
They don't. Again, it takes lots of people before that happens. Hello there, buzzing zombie that sounds like flies. The COD community says he sounds like flies. I don't know. He runs like a hyperactive person, and he buzzes. He does buzz. I don't think I like it. I'm down. Rip. Hey, look, a magnet. I'll take that. Thank you. Boo boy, light me up. Dude, this is a lot less toxic to me, though. Why there's a guy running around like he looks like LL Cool J, and he's running around with better guns than I've ever seen. Hey, look, it's the Stag, the TG-44. I'll try him out. It looks like a handmade. Oh my gosh, it looks like a Fallout handmade. Not even joking. It looks like the Fallout 76 handmade. Good job, Bethesda. You can't even make your own game. You can't even make your own game original.
People say there's a lot of problems with adding original World War II weapons or, natural weapons. Almost the only guns that I can see that aren't based off of, the guns that I see that are based off of real world weapons, the radium rifle, the handmade rifle, that's, an AK. There's the pump action shotgun.
Oh boy, bomber. Oh, got him. This is fun, man. Dude, this is a fun game. I found a crawler. How cute. Well, he's not taking it. I don't think he was happy. It's like an assault rod. This game is so much more fun. Oh, look, hello, other guy that... Oh, ow. That hurt? That hurts. Yes. Maybe things will get fixed, like I said. Maybe I can be optimistic one day. Well,
I sure hope so that things do get fixed eventually.
This is why I like non-automatic weapons here. That's why. In the M1 Garand in this scenario, in a Call of Duty scenario, it's a hell of a lot easier than popping off a machine gun. That's a hell of a lot easier. Every time. Get out of here. Max ammo.
Max ammo.
I also miss the old school Max ammo. The old World War II thing. Hey, look, is that a bar? No, it's an SPD-40. You need an SPD-40. Well, zombie's like, I want your skin. Human's like, no. There's an M1928. Does that indicate, I wonder? Let's find out. Oh shit! Hello there, zombie that just decided to exist and run at the same exact time. Aren't you just adorable? Now you're dead. Ah, now you're blind.
Haha, now you did.
You can't help it, man. It's funny. Woo! Light them up. Let's go. Oh god, there's a bunch of them. Oh damn. Oh boy. Light me up inside. Light me up inside.
Light me up inside. Save me. Thank you.
Some of these zombies, I don't know what they're thinking. They're just kind of, I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't. They go hard. Oh look, he's running at me. What do I do? Pull the trigger. Okay. The zombie's like, damn, who'd ever thought that running at a human would cause me pain? Especially the ones that buzz. They're like, I don't know. Grenades. For now. Well.
Lol.
You also can't stock whip, it looks like, pistol whip anymore. The shovel is your melee, so you can't intentionally leave it. You have to use your shovel to kill shit, which is kind of a shame, but doable.
I would like to say in World War II that that shovel...
It's better to use your shovel or a melee as a, you know...
That shovel would also serve to many other purposes.
This actually reminds me here, what I'm seeing right now, reminds me of the, what's it called? When I'm watching this gameplay, what do I see? What looks like Fallout ripping off Call of Duty again. That's a mutated zombie with a bomb on its back. Excuse me, Todd. You know, how dumb are you? I mean, I get it. They have legal right to somehow do that, but you ain't trying shit, Todd. That is no longer, I'm trying, because that's Call of Duty. They base their weapons off of World War II, which is Call of Duty. Even how the Divergence was already pre-done, but Bethesda just stole things. Kept stealing and stealing and stealing. How many times you gonna keep stealing before? Can I get it? Okay. Oh, aw, got rid of my M1. I gotta go back and find the M1. I found a Wonder Waffle.
What the Wonder Waffle?
I don't know. It's wonderful.
The Wonder
it's wonderful
Waffle.
because of that shit.
The Wonder Waffle's that electric rifle, isn't it?
It's a test. It's Fallout's rip-off template for the laser rifle at this point. For the Tesla gun. That's pretty much all it is. Nikola Tesla unwillingly helped the aid in World War III, the Nazis, in the story of Call of Duty. And here we are doing what we're doing. And what did Fallout do? Let's make a game about bomb zombies, but let's call them bomb mutants or suicide mutants. Okay, let's put all the guns that Call of Duty had that were actually canonically accurate and call them different things. The Wonder Waffle originally looked like, from Todd's idea of a good Tesla gun, was this same model. They were flat out making what looked like their version was a hybrid, a version of a hybrid of a laser musket and the Tesla gun. You would hand crank this fucker and it glowed a familiar bright purple. But they got in trouble, rightfully so, and changed it to a laser musket for, you know, the things they were going to do to it. Things that the company that pre-owned Bethesda had with the pre-Fallout guys, some of the original guys. The shit that they were going to do. I get to hold to Fallout New Vegas, and he wanted to change a bunch of shit then too. But fearing of a mass uprising, you know, he changed. Didn't do it. Yet, 36 is his thing. It's not something that was pre-done to make lots of money. It's basically the now. And, you know, they're not going to stop for it. He's going to do his own thing. I want to mention that. He's going to do whatever the fuck he pleases. He's not going to halt for it. And the only way to stop a company like this doing their job is to stop buying their shit and give it all their shit, the worst reviews you had. Biased or not, man, they need to learn. They start losing money after already having to spend money making it. They'll stop being stupid. I'll mention outright.
Sorry about that. Oh.
Sorry. You know what I'm saying, right? A lot of good it does you to be a company that paid lots of money to make a game if you're such a bad company that people are flat out not playing your games, treating you badly. You'll learn. He would learn. I would think he would learn his lesson.
But
if he'd learn his fucking lesson and do, it'd be great.
If he just...
Oh, I like that.
If he would just do and keep doing his job, his actual job...
Oh boy, I like that.
It would be...
That is gorgeous,
this would
man.
be a completely different story.
Shit, it's like, I don't even know, man. It looks like it even pauses after doing it. He goes poo, poo, pew, 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 pew. Sort of thing. It zaps them, but I don't think it hurts anybody. It seems to be a double tap. I like it. I never used it back when I played before. I stayed away from it. And look at this motherfucker. It zaps some shit that blows up. That's gotta hurt somebody, somewhere. I'm done. Can I use this rifle as a go-to, please? Please? No? Yeah. Pistols, man. They'll do their job. If you're careful, they'll do your job. It will do your job. Do your job, be careful. Play your cards right, not like Todd, and you can make some money. I ain't gonna lie and say you're not. That's how my game was supposed to be before they stole from me and made it where I, and I can't do it because of them, but I ought to just make that my exact reason why I should take away the company from them. Hey, it's the Zeppelin.
Hey.
Oh,
I
the
can't
Zeppelin
see it, but...
Toten, I guess. Kino der Toten, right? Oh, God.
Kino der Toten.
Yes! Yeah, it's a Zeppelin. It's a Zeppelin. It's got, like, Kino der Toten written on it and stuff. I've heard the Zeppelin from the game is like... Oh, look at these little zombie bastards. Hello, goodbye, goodbye, hello, goodbye, goodbye, hello. Oh, gone. Bye. The little blimp. So there's a Zeppelin up on the thing. It's like, basically, I think it's supposed to be, what do you call it? It's shooting lightning and shit. So I figured, don't revive me, don't revive me. Oh, come on now. Going. But maybe one day Fallout will get it. But I do want to believe. I believe this when I say it. Until Todd goes away and the shit stops happening, you're not, until the shit stops, things change, we're not getting in. We're failing. Our uprising will probably be hard to get to, and at any given point, like I said, we might not ever get to that point, because he has to go first.
He has to go. He has...
Please zap you? Is that what that does?
He has to go.
What is it?
Either go or actually learn to do his fucking job and learn from his mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those
And
is
if it was
looking
up to me, I'd
unlikely.
go up there and show him how to do his own job. I'd teach him a thing or two about marketing. Because something like making a plastic articulated breakable toy of a Mr. Handy that only has not even all of the lines in it. How dumb are you, Todd? Like, seriously. Oh God, that's a flamethrower zombie. I don't like that. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. How many times before, oh God, he's still here. It's just something happens, I guess. Sometimes you hope for the better. The company like Tide, but like I said, I currently don't believe in it no more.
I do not believe that I don't believe that it'll get better. I believe that we might, even if we do get our wish for the M1 Grand in 1911, what we want out of the games, it's just not gonna happen. So unless
never, it'll never happen. If he doesn't want, it won't make him the most chain man, the most bang for his Wonder Waffle or whatever. He ain't getting doing shit for us. He's gonna ignore everything we do and say, and if he all of a sudden hates what we're doing, they'll just ban us. I hate to say it, that's all he'll do. They'll just flat out ban us. He gets and shows.
there is, he'll probably fucking do it anymore.
Oh God, he will.
Probably don't even know who the hell how the hell we are, but he'll either ban us or give us. And if he does give us what we want, he'll make us pay extra
We'll
for
get
it.
banned for it. Look at Human Souls.
He'll either ban us for it, or he'll make us pay out of our own pockets.
Oh damn.
$50 for that one damn skin.
Look, he'd probably ban us for having the idea before him. I can see that happening. He'd ban us for having the idea in the first place. I'd love to say otherwise.
I would too. But there's only one way to find out. If in the next coming months that we don't get booted from the game.
I've lost all my respect forever for Todd.
I have too. I have no respect for the
Here's
company
my other
or Todd.
problem is I have another issue with some of this though. What are you doing?
But
Good boy. Zombies are bad. Zombies are dangerous, bro. Oh. Ooh, thing. I bet you that hurts. I don't know what it is, but it looks dangerous. I've never seen this before. Oh, hi. Other pile of zombies that I can't see what the damn about. Get away. No. Damn. Managed to hit him, though. Oh, fuck. It hurt. We lost 2 of our 4 people. Isn't that just great? I swear. Sometimes I think the zombie is this one zombie that's like beating everyone else up. Whoa. Yeah. I just dropped a double nuke on somebody. Well, I don't know what that is, but I like what it looks like. It looks mean. It looks unfriendly. It looks like it can hurt somebody, man. Oh boy. don't know what it is, but it looks like it hurt somebody. It went up, and now it's gone. So I don't know where it is. And then they leave, and it's like, I was so happy. I was so happy. I got like 13,970 points. I had nothing in my gun, though. Hi, zombie buddy. Okay. Huh? I'd love to help you, man, but I can't do it. I'm sorry. The Zeppelin, the right hand of God. Huh. I think God will do us a favor and shut Todd up.
Hopefully.
I'd love to shoot, too. I'm not able to, though.
You know what? Get myself ramped up for Tuesday. Tuesday is when I get to order, or actually, I got some confirmation that I'll actually just be able to buy it straight off of digital on Tuesday. We'll have some...
What's the point of healing people if they keep... Damn! If I had a heal right now, that'd be great. Oh, wow. Babes. Look, supercharges. Oh god, oh boy. Oh, damn. Oh boy, well, light me up inside with that, what is that, axe? These zombies are just ugly as fuck. I swear they are. There's one person that just gets up, he gets down, he gets up, he gets down, and gets up, and then gets down again. We're at like the 17th wave. I would be expecting such. But oh boy. Run, man, run out, run. Oh, no, I'm stuck on something. What am I stuck on? Oh, yeah, glitching. Apparently you can't run on a zombie. I just remember that.
Boy.
Yeah. How did one dude get stuck, though? Nope. 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 Oh! Electrocute me, Daddy. I like it. Oh, God, there's more than one of them. Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
There's more than one of the hammer dude. Oh, fuck. And I blew myself up. Oh, can I pistol whip this, please? No. I can't pistol whip the explosive I'm hiding in? Okay. I'm hiding in a really large object looks like a mini dude. Not only, man. But I don't even know anymore.
But to hype myself for the stuff I'm going to be getting into, I'm going to try and reinstall Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 2. Oh, shit. Damn it. Why did I pick up a human head? I was going to help the dude, now I'm picking up a head. I don't want to put the banner head. I want to change that. Thank you very much. You want something better. There we go. There we go. So what are you talking about? Battlefield what?
Battlefield 1. It's not
yeah.
World War II related, but it's got a lot of some of the weapons that were used there.
Sounds delicious. I like Wave 17. That's what some of the armored trains I like to see are from that game. So, I mean, that's pretty good for the most part, right?
Right.
Is the Zeppelin shooting at us?
Excuse me?
Oh yeah, it's shooting. I think it's shooting at me. Zeppelin's mad.
The Zeppelin is not happy with you.
I don't know.
You guys.
Enjoy shooting of them $1,000. Or not. Ow. Or not. Ow. I got cornered. Look at all the zombies. It's Black Friday at McDonald's, and all the burgers are 4% off.
Because eating the small bit
Let's go. Time to throw down. Oh, that's not what I want. There we go.
It's Black Friday at McDonald's because eating that small bit of cheese that left on a McDonald's wrapper is the right way to start a morning.
Thank you.
God, those
I'll pop off my camouflage and go for a second. And it's worse is I got 2 or 4 people down. I activated my secret charge unit, whatever, and now I'm just trying to find a gun that will be worth my time. What do you mean, no ammo? What is that? Oh. Yeah. Just feel free to talk about some stuff you want. I'm down.
Okay. Actually...
I downed myself. I find a pistol.
So now that I mentioned Battlefield 1, I actually want to talk about Battlefield 1 for a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit.
Oh boy.
I remember getting the game after it came out for a year. That Battlefield 1 is fucking exhilarating. You're always constantly like,
right.
If I pop around this corner, there's gonna be some fucker with a shotgun, or someone's gonna mow me down, because it doesn't take long for you to die in this game.
Yeah.
Like, even in some of the biggest tanks, you're not safe, because there's someone who gets lucky with an anti-tank grenade, and it's like, what?
Oh, what the... What did that do? Oh, yeah, I see that, I guess. Roar. This is fun. I'm dying a lot. Oh, run, dude, run, dude, run, dude, run, dude. Run. Damn. Sorry if I'm not really into chatty right now.
That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Such a hell of a fight right now. Only two of us are alive right now. Man, I'm so sure you're at the White Springs. Yeet.
Yeet.
They're pretty dumb. He fell down, you stupid son of a bitch. You're funny, bitch. Keep just sitting there running at balls in a hole. Zombies are dumb. Why are zombies so dumb? Please explain what is do.
Because they got no brains left.
Yeah.
They're just like, human?
Right. Revive, run, revive, run, revive. I like how some of them are German. I'm not helping you again, dude. He's a homie of Dominican. No. Oh. Oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Hi, zombies. Damn it. Oh, hi. You actually survived that fall? Fell back down. I'm sitting there bleeding now, like, oh, at least I got blood to lose. I'm trying, dude. I hate the fact that we keep helping him. And I almost want to bet the dude's AFK. I'm letting him die next time. He's like the highest level here. And he keeps going AFK for like long periods of time. Like, dude, seriously. I'm not helping him again. Oh, God. There's only one dude left. Level rank 19. Is this the end? Help. Please. Please. Thank you. Please. 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 Please help me. Thank you. No! Damn, I cried. Fuck me. You still here at least?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, give me a second here. You on speaker mode? Should be on speaker mode?
Yep.
That was fine. I lagged. As a thing. Aw, damn. Not much of a surprise, but we're finding the Fallout again.
Yep.
Lost connection to host OX90020002. Make up some numbers and pop it on screen. Let's go offline though. That lag. Ooh. But see, again, it's pretty bad when a game that's older than Fallout. It's doing a hell of a lot better. I'm gonna take the shit up to the range. But yeah, wait for a couple games there to spit up for now. I'm not taking it out unless I need to. For, you know, reason. Oh boy. Make it a little bit louder. Bang.
Okay, doke.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
I hope you want to talk about that you think might happen. And then when you leave for your big vacation, yeah. I sure hope you just try to chat with vacation like you can.
Right.
I'm not getting on the game, especially even if Nate is on. I hate to say it. Okay, there was.
I'm probably on. If I am able to chat during my vacation, it'll only be for a little bit, and it'll be in the mornings.
Don't worry about that. Like I said, you have to. Just say
right.
You're able to. And it's not like something like over on 2 seconds from now I gotta go.
Right.
Stuff is fine. I just think some of the bored as fuck that they go around.
I know. Well.
Go around and sell it. Because I'm not playing on Xbox anymore. That's just not happening. I don't trust the game not to beat that game. The light is your friend.
I understand that.
So, if I can avoid it, I'll avoid it. If I can't avoid it, it's probably not going to be fun. Until the game starts doing better, you know,
Right.
I'm going to find other ways to play.
Right.
You know?
Other things to do.
I don't really think I have any much else to say for a little uprising. Boycott, if he doesn't show he cares. I can't say I want to give him any more chances. He's already been getting such a chance recently. Many times. Many times. He has failed every single time. Willingly failed. But you don't want to try, Todd, and I don't want to try to stop the uprising if it gets going.
But
hopefully something goes on, something happens that makes him change his mind. But I feel like that's much more to go to today. I'm losing hope in a lot of other things. I think to have something happen to us. And then all of a sudden the uprising goes or whatever.
Right.
So the Todd needs to learn something. The things he's not doing are the easiest thing. He's in his home, get hype factor as high as they can. That's how they complete lots of their stuff. Let the hype factor all the way up.
The hype is... I personally believe that the hype is less important than fixing the goddamn game. I understand hype gets people in, but you need to make sure your shit's fixed to set an example for the people who left. I'm talking about the hype. I personally believe that fixing the game would be more important than the hype. You fix everything that needs to be fixed, and then make hype for new people to come in and people to come back. Set the example so people don't say, well, they haven't changed a bit afterwards. But guess what?
Right.
They did that anyway. They just said, hype, money. It takes patience to run a company the right way. And for that, I personally hope that Bethesda either gets down enough, gets a fucking a scare enough to learn what they need to do in order to do things right.
Or reaches out to get that help to get things done right.
Yeah, and listening to their fan base.
I play the game on a regular basis. So me personally, I'm not saying this to nominate myself for unclaimed president or anything random here, but the fact that a lot of us that you play every day, And we did, and some of us deal with these bugs on a daily basis. So why wouldn't you reach out and say, hey, we're having a problem. We see that you guys are dealing with that same problem on a daily basis. Do you want to help us fix it?
Right, but they don't. They don't do that.
They don't. Exactly. They don't. They don't want to. It's not benefiting
They
them
don't
on a cash flow.
communicate with
Then they
people.
got to legally pay us. I'd volunteer if it was up to me. If it meant fixing this damn game before a bunch of other shit goes on. But they need to fix Todd. They need to fix the engine, the creation engine, to be. If anything, if they want to keep it, make it better. God damn. Get a creation engine 2.0 or something. But you need it.
Right.
They need it. They need it. It's so bad that I don't. How long until it should happen, I guess?
How long? And one question I want to ask is, how long until we can truck the wasteland confidently without thinking, I'm going to get fucked by some bug that's going to send me out through the floor today, or something like that. Or we're going to get into a horde of death claws. I mean, that was pretty fun, but, it's still...
Or even worst case scenario, just be in the wrong place at the wrong time, crashing 3 times, and then say, you crashed 3 times. Typical of a dude. We're going to ban you now. That's what scares me the most. Like playing this game now. Is just existing in the game for too long, and then you're risk getting banned for something. For like 4-hour gameplay, and all of a sudden
Right.
I'm running a risk for who knows what.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, it just... And you don't know
Not to be able to play a video game and be scared of such, but
right.
This is one of those games.
This is going to be one of those games that if I'm going to be picking up an item and it's like, I'm going to have to make sure I'm going to have to refrain from picking up anything unless it's on a body because I don't have confirmation that that boot glitch is fixed. I don't want to lose my account or something like that. It's going to be along those lines at this point. It's going to be stupid. That people will have to...
What's going to happen is people are going to quit playing, and the ones that still play are going to be doing that and then getting banned anyway. I think Todd needs to leave the keys to the ban hammer. I really don't think if you want to call
he
it
doesn't deserve the right to the ban hammer.
He's not worthy for Mjolnir the ban hammer. Chill out. Because, again, we have that right to be fearful that at any given point, we just exist in the game. We pick up I bought that anti-armor revolver for a vendor bot. Well, like I said, I'd be pretty pissed if I was got a ban wave to my point that, some miracle, some random 0.1% miracle finds like, hey, that was a Duke gun at some point in time. I got to ban him. Why for my kid? Well, you know what? My kids don't play anymore now. They're afraid to play a Fallout game now because they don't want to get us in trouble for playing a game. Kind of sad.
It's kind of sad that it had to come down to that point in the first place.
Yep. Who knows? Maybe it can fix. Maybe shit will happen. Like I said, I would like to see shit happen. All I would like to see is have something happen.
I really do hope I hope a lot of it comes out of this as well.
Just like I said, when you leave for your trip, I know I ain't gonna get on Fallout if I can call help.
Right.
Because I don't trust the company at all. My account. Or something, they could take your name and change it just because they don't like it. That's another thing I want to add on again. many times over. They don't have a legal right to change your name, yet they did it once or twice. I haven't seen or heard about anything doing it again. That's illegal. That's illegal. Sit here and be like, oh, your name is a Spanish taco supreme something, and they're like, well, that's racist. I'm going to change your name to a taco munch. Well, now it's sexist, so now we're going to ban you. They'll punish you every time that they change your tag. You have to pay to get your account changed when they do that shit. It's $30 to them to say you're sorry, and $10 because Microsoft is like, that your free change has been used. I don't think Microsoft knows or cares that Bethesda doing it. They take your, like you said before, like I told you before, they changed my name from Gas Mask to Flight Doctor, and then promptly were like, now you can't play the game. They didn't want me playing the game for a little bit because they were doing that. It was them changing it, but I got punished for the change. And then Microsoft's like, well, your first usage has been used for free. You gotta pay $10. But with that, it was like, make it 30 because your name is still offensive somehow. That's pretty much what happened. The layman's term. They found my original gamer tag offensive to them. At least it's not COVID starter. Like I saw one yesterday, like it was COVID is good or something. They're not changing his, or they're not changing roll over and die, but they'll change mine because it's gas mask. Now it has to be soldier or whatever because you can't do it anymore. Microsoft had a recent unfortunate update. It was something that was going to happen, I'm sure, anyway, but it's unfortunate because I no longer have enough spaces to even say gas mask anymore, apparently. Like, 12, and now it's 11. According to I guess it's happening. This is an update. People have bigger gamer tags than I do, but according to Microsoft, I can't have it less than 11 or less characters. It has to contain a number and a letter, and those are what's really making me mad. If it's not originally, they slap on a fuck ton of numbers if it's already taken, and if it's not original, they give you a number, and that's how many of those people who are on a list of people that have the same idea. I don't have my original account anymore because I guess it's update, like I said. But,
he gave people
that's
a free tag change, and then the problem shouldn't have been a thing in the first place, simply because who cares if people have extremely long names?
Right.
There's an account on YouTube that literally makes fun of that. Their name, their tag, or at least used to be, while you were reading my name, I stole your sandwich.
Okay.
So why does Microsoft have a big issue with gamer tags being...
You stole my sandwich? I want my sandwich back.
A lot of people said that on every time you comment on a video, but like, I mean, if they can do that, you should be able to do your tag, your own original tag, on Xbox. It's really not fair.
Right, but I give him my sandwich. It's hard for me not to be a good person in certain scenarios. But Bethesda makes you question whether or not it's worth helping a low level when they would, with the things that are happening now, the ban wave that just recently was dropped on the 14th, through the 20th. I don't think it's concluded yet, that same. And they're probably watching low levels too, because again, there's nothing stopping a high level from saying, hey, will you do me a favor? I know you just started the game. Can you hold this for me? I'll come back for it in like a few days, maybe a month. Put it in your box if you can. If not, just ditch it somewhere and let me know. And that low level's going to do it because they don't know. And they just got unintentionally put into a list of names that will never get to play the game again because until the issue is resolved, you can't play. Translates to, until we get up off our ass and do our job, you can't. They're going to be releasing the Brother of Steel update released patch 20. They didn't do anything. Double XP is here to, again, keep people from rioting. And again, people really want to stop Bethesda from doing their shit. Spread the word about how bad it is if you have to. And straight out, if you have a Reddit account, don't be upvoting or downvoting. Don't even comment. Don't even read it. Because if you go in there and see it, they know someone likes their shit. If you sat there, it's like a view on YouTube. It's like, what, a second or so long? And you've got a view?
It's like a certain amount of time, depending on the videos.
It's kind of like that Reddit. Quit existing on their Reddit streams. Stop, commenting yay or nay. Don't thumbs up or thumbs down. Because if you do, they know someone's seeing their stuff. And like I said, you have to be rifle gaming or off to get anything done. This rifle can reach out to anyone. He gets free reign. So if a YouTuber goes in and says, hey, I like what you're doing with that, that's a good job, and really what's really happening is Bethesda's not doing anything. Well, hey, the YouTubers like what we're doing or not doing. Let's keep doing that. That's what scares me, is these updates, and they're playing on the YouTubers get first crack at a PTS, and they're less likely to get banned if something happens. Okay, they can be, but they're less likely to get banned if something happens on a PTS, whether it's their fault or not. They'll ban all of us because we're the minority. But then they'll turn around and they're like, oh, well, Rifle, you clipped the wall accidentally and found cool stuff. Why did you find a quote-unquote Easter egg? We won't ban you. But if your friends do it, we'll permaban them. In fact, we'll make sure that they'll get banned right now because they're friends with you or something. Rifle makes content. It's like, good job on everyone's part on Bethesda's end. Another great day to YouTube video. And now I'm Twitch streaming because I'm becoming an ass kisser for his viewers and Bethesda. He gave him $300 or maybe a little bit less on Mr. Handy model to showcase. And he likes the game so much, and he has an optimistic problem with the game. He likes the game so much that his brain can't handle to see how bad it is. Have you seen the effect I'm talking about? The brain effect psychologically, what it does is there's such a high standard held for this thing that when it happens to be wrong, the individual who had such high, or individuals with the high standards can't even function that they were wrong because their brain's like, damn right, best movie ever, whoa, finally wanted, whoa. And it's like a B-rated movie of Marvel or something. What the hell? You know it's wrong, but brain says, wow, it was great, 5 stars. And a lot of people are starting to do that with their reviews. They're doing that.
I mean,
it's a 2-star at best.
I may have felt like a little bit of a jerk when you were calling the game a masterpiece, and I said I wouldn't call it a masterpiece or perfect.
I'll take that back. I flat out take that back.
But now I'm feeling I feel like I was right in that way, in that sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I was right for my skepticism in that sense that we
rightfully so. But again, if we're gonna get anything done, we have to get a famous YouTuber or a fucking celebrity that shoves it like Minecraft is it. You gotta be famous to get something done. They'll do anything for publicity, but they won't do anything for us unless it's free to do, or makes it or makes them a fuck ton of money. They're not gonna do it. If they make the $1 grand, then that's still what we were hoping to get. Well, I might just quit playing the game. At this point, like I said, they're not gonna. If they do, they're just trying to prove us wrong at that point.
They're trying to appease to us and get us back in.
We're just going to call it uprising. They're just going to do what they do. And that's ignore everyone else is not important. They're the ones who aren't important while they're being ignored. Keep doing so, and then, like Clover said, there's going to come a time where they have more people to ban. That's soon. And he's not going to say anything about it. He's going to not go to the court orders, and he's going to leave. He's just going to take his money, go. company will go bankrupt? Who knows? He said, likely, but Fallout's going to become a shell. You'll have a disc you paid a lot of money for, no refunds, and just have a disc on your shelf. There will be no refund, there will be no start overs, there will be no new management. He says Todd is going to, every vision she has is right. Every single one she has is correct. And she said flat out, Todd is going to bankrupt Cinemax, and no one's getting a refund for the shit he did. No one. What does that tell you? It's not that you're right for making sense. Yeah. I think it's sad.
It's really fucking sad, especially to see that Fallout 76. I remember when I said that I hated it, or said that I disliked it for some reason, but I always said that it had some potential to be better. The game has a shit ton of potential to be better, but it's not, because Todd is in office and he don't want it to be better.
Right. You'd rather it fall apart. But here's the problem with that, though, I've said this many times over. Todd made this game a reality. There was there was a funny reference to an actual event from the original creators of Fallout that was within the game, the original game lore about a West Virginia vault. They didn't give it a number. He just slapped on a number and said, "There you go, best thing ever." You don't wear your mask. But,
Yeah.
Shutting and locking that door. My girls were like, they get ready to put their swimsuits on, and so one of my cousins out, and they were, nope. They went right back upstairs. But that's what, like I said before, it's not one of my things I'm enjoying at all anyways. We sit in the corner of the room so they can't open the door. Well, can't open the door if you got crushed in the doors. Not really. But I don't do my, I'm not close to any of my family. And that's why I feel so bad for buddy old pal of yours. It sucks for him. I can't imagine what hell he has to go through, because isn't it like a step-parent thing?
Yeah.
My parents might as well be step-parents. They come home, they get along, but they don't like us. So I'm surprised he's even making it as well as he is, and I'm glad he is, though, too.
Right.
But
I'm glad he's doing well.
Like I said, I don't want to keep having to drag him into our videos about stuff like this, because he's not going to, I hate to say, he's famous, he's good, he's great. He won't be able to get it covered, though. I don't want to have to be like that and be kind of mean in a way, but we can't get everybody involved every time Bethesda doesn't do their job, because he can't always be there to do it. And we don't know any other famous YouTubers that have enough influence to cause a change. This is the problem with the legal right to do so. Not legal right, amendment right to do. You have the right to do this, but you have to start the thing yourself. And when, how,
We don't have a shit.
we have no one. If Rifle wanted to do it, Rifle would have thousands of people helping. We're sitting here doing the same thing some other people have been saying that they should be doing for a long time. Reddit posts and other YouTubers in the past that were booted from YouTube for this same thing. Gone, because no one was listening to them. And ended up getting in trouble, and ended up getting everyone else in trouble and shutting it all down. How long before we have to leave? Completely with the tail between our legs, because we're challenging a big company that could throw money to make us cease to exist, Bromby. They could find an illegal way to throw money at our deaths. And they shouldn't have bothered us. Let's go back to counting Todd's big buck bags. you know, it scares me to think people just sit here and don't like the game and they still play it. And it's like you say, I don't like this game. You stepped out of the big line and you get on a new line to get incinerated or something because you're not making us money. We don't need you anymore. That's an everyday thing as well. There's some people that deal with that shit every day, where your job position you'll lose it if you talk bad about the company in your way. When I was doing a bit of stuff for them, that's how it was. I went to an E3 with them one time, and I was supposed to be on the stage as well, and I had lots of good things to say about the company. They gave me a script, and then last minute said, you know what, we're going to put someone else in your place, because if you screw up for us, you'll lose your job. But they screw up, we might lose 2 people on publicity. We can't afford that. We can't afford it happening to you. They flat out dissed me. E3. And it's like, okay. And so that I kind of disconnected. I slowly started disliking the company more when they, in that one moment where they did something wrong. And then I left because they flat out were like, we don't have to pay you. You're quitting your job. We don't legally have to pay you. It's like, where? And my wife was like, you're going to be paying us because we're legally obligated to get paid right now because he did, my husband way over exhausted his resources to get Wastelanders going for you guys. If it wasn't for me, the creation engine wouldn't even be running right now for Wastelanders. It would have fried itself. What did they not do? They were going to fire me after it was all over. Dispose of me like a bag of trash.
Fucking water, like I said, like a water paper.
Yep. And they weren't going. It was going to be without pay. So Amber pushed them. Amber poked them. Amber even said, I'll take care of the Creation Club engine if you don't. And at that point, after a couple of court orders later, my wife was like, she had people waiting on the wings. The second she gave the word, the Creation engine, everything followed was going to get taken down. Hindsight, I wish she had still did it after it was all over. That's all they were. They had me help them modify something in the Creation Club, the Creation engine, and all the other shit with it. And it's like, done. Now you're fired. No pay. Bye. The fuck out of our hair trash. I had other workers say that I was an outsider. I didn't belong in the company. Or the way they were talking, they acted like I didn't. One of them even said, you're just gum under my shoes. He was under me. But because he was originally with the company, I was not, and I just happened to get a higher job than him. They let him walk. People were just walking around talking bad about me. Without me, the game wouldn't be here doing what it's doing right now. It's depressing. Saying that I helped them out, and they made their profit, and then they were going to fire me without losing any profit by firing me. And they wouldn't have lost anything by paying me, but they wouldn't have gained anything by doing it either, so they chose to fire me. I quit before they could, but they didn't want to pay me. They were like, we don't have to pay you. No, it's not our fault if you willingly worked for free. And I had to stop them there mid-court thing because they were sitting here lying to the jury saying that I was willingly doing that shit. I volunteered. I didn't volunteer for shit. I did it with a heart for volunteer, but I was going to get paid. I willingly said, I'll go fix it. I didn't say I'm volunteering all my paycheck and salary for the next 8 months or whatever it was to get the game running enough to be used publicly. They were like, you're gone. They were going to tell the jury that, hey, he volunteered to do other things. He's just mad because he doesn't understand the difference between paid work and volunteering.
So, it's awful.
It is awful. I eventually got paid, though. But again, they were willing to steal from me and take my pain.
And you said it on multiple occasions while you were doing that job. You needed that money to keep things afloat.
Yep. Yep, I do. And, with some other things happening with family, I can't even afford to. If something happens to one of my daughters again, I can't afford it. I have enough. It'll all be over. Especially if it's something that happens to be serious, like another Kate getting hit. Sure, get hit by a car, and I still have to pay those bills. Though they're suppressed because Amber was, doing some things for some other people, and they were willing to help us out. But we still got to pay them something. And I can't even afford that because of family affairs that are misunderstood. So I don't even know what they're doing, and then having to do it Todd taking $2K. It was $2K for I got a 500 item in the item shop that paid 1,200 atoms to get it, a $500 atom item, and then at the end I still got charged 20,000 or not 20,000, sorry 10,000. Don't exaggerate anything, get in trouble. And they're misleading. I end up literally losing out on my bank account to my Xbox. It's $2,000. It went right to them for nothing. I got that shit happening to my family here against me. Why am I having to pay to play this video game after what was GTA was starting to do it too? And theirs was going to be, hell, I don't even know what they wanted. They kept asking me to buy this. And one time it was like VR, and I was like, I don't want to buy your game. Yeah, and they were like, well, if you don't, we'll cut your account off, so you can't play anymore on this. And what they did, when I told them to go fuck off, they shut off the Rockstar stuff. I have a game on my shelf that I can't do nothing with because it's gone now. They wiped it. In other words, kind of, sort of, for my account at least. Do I care? Not really. They weren't worth it from the beginning anyway. That seemed like they're greedy. But they're slowly becoming, in hindsight, less greedy than Bethesda is. That's pretty bad if you ask me.
That's
a lot less greedy.
That's definitely saying something. And it's not saying something good.
But again, we're just two people with all we're doing here is basically, like you said, logging our thoughts, and that's all. So our little thing we're doing here is like kind of in a technical way blowing up in our faces, and all we're doing is trying to look out for the game itself and all the people who are doing the right thing. We might be looking for the bad people too, but people are people. People make mistakes. People do things that they might regret in the future. But you have to act like you have to act like Bethesda. I mean, they talk about don't be all petty and you block and mute and all this shit. But then they turn on the second you get caught with an item that even if you didn't know, and then your game is gone. You're over. Bye. Leave. You can't get your refund. You can't have refunds. But I'll sure as hell screw you for doing it. It's like, why did I even bother playing today? If you were a person at receiving end, what would you be doing? If you were a 6-year-old boy that just got the game for his birthday, and then 4 days later, your parents are having to sue the company because the company just banned you for something that he genuinely had no clue about? How would you feel in all this?
It literally just started started the damn game.
And it doesn't matter. It just, if you're a kid getting ready to get Fallout, don't get it if you can help it. If you're already gonna get it, once this bandwave shit's over, and
I was gonna say, if you're gonna get it, wait till all this is over. Wait till all this bandwave shit is done, and they actually do. Hopefully, they manage to fix the Duke glitch.
Fix the Duke glitch is bombed by. We're the ones fixing them.
I'm unhopeful that they'll ever do that.
Bombed by all the Duke glitches that are found in the game are set up by the company. You do know that, right? They set those glitches up knowing someone will do it. They play dumb and be like, how could someone be like this? We'll ban them all. They're playing what's called controlled rioting or riot control. They're going to go through and they'll make a couple problems in the game that knowingly lead to this stuff, I checked the file, I checked the coding. They're doing it on purpose, man. It's on purpose. They intentionally coded in a bug that would, cause vendor bots to screw up when the right circumstances. But it's so under the radar, ZeniMax would be like, hey, you can't do that. All the shit they're doing is like a Trojan virus. It's there. You don't know it's there until someone does it or gets it. They're doing it on purpose, Bob. That's what I'm saying. I don't care. We're all his little unconsensual puppets right now. We're his slaves. We play his game, and one day we're called to do a test that we didn't know was a test in the first place, and they just leave the game to you and say have fun. And they bring a bunch of shit to the playing table that's basically made to fuck you up. If you don't do it, you might survive a few more seconds, and then they'll ban you when it's over. They'll ban you regardless, Bob. That's what I'm saying. We're all going to get banned for playing the game. Outright playing it, we're going to get banned. Because knowing now, do you understand? They did it on purpose. How else were they so ready to do the ban wave if they knew about it?
They knew about it, and they didn't bother to do anything other than ban people.
The company knew, because they put it in there, and they knew it was in there. And that's how they reacted so fast, these ban waves, because they knew that someone in there could be tricked into doing it so they can prove a point that their game's may be broken and they don't have to fix it to punish players. They are knowingly banning people by tricking them into doing stuff. Like, don't push that button, it'll blow up the world, and then you sit there behind a glass pane that they can't see through, that they think is a wall, and then you just leave them there to think. And either no matter what they do, if they hit the button, it does nothing, or if they don't hit it at all, you get them in trouble anyways, because they participated. You get a gold star in or a copper star in a ban because you just did the most communist thing out there and played the game during the ban wave. Now you get to get swept out by the tide. And, well, sorry, friend, we don't have to throw you a life preserver because we don't do that at Bethesda. We ban people for playing our game because this whole game is a fucking nightmare to play in general. And they know it, Rabbi. They know it. I just acknowledge the idea of such. Last of the IGN interviews that I saw, they asked something about the problems in the game, and the way he said it was basically admitting, without saying we know, he basically, hint, nudge, we put it in the game to see how many bad people would actually do it if it was in the game, and it looks normal, so no one can actually say whether or not we did it.
And also,
he basically admitted it.
Maybe that It Just Works meme was a shit ton more relevant than we thought.
Yep. It just works, because the second our game gets more broken, we can ban the players from breaking it, even though we're the one with the bloody hammer behind our back. Whoop-de-whoop-de-doo, we got another ban or two. We got another mod or two. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, Bethesda has their thumb over you. And it just works, because, again, we're their little slaves. And I'm going to say the word slaves to get a better deal of what's happening here. They know what they're doing. They know how they're doing it. They planned every bit of this. Just like they planned their updates to be so extravagant for the hype. And it ends up being not as good as it is from the hype. They're planning it. A choreographed dance, they're planning to ban everyone over the next few years. They might let some of them back to make them seem more legit, but most of the people that are getting banned in this ban wave, they're gone. And if they're not going to stick around. Because again, you should never have to get into a video game and do anything and then worry about, hey, if I pick up this gun off this super mutant's body that I just killed legally, will I get banned? No, you'll get banned for playing the game. But we're banning for that too. Thanks for the idea. That's kind of how it is. Thanks for the idea of how to ban this player. We're gonna fuel your fears by doing it anyways. You picked up a level 1 pipe weapon, you're a level 50 and up. Well, you're getting a ban because you don't need that weapon.
You don't need that weapon. So we're going to take it from you and we're going to take your account. Have fun.
Or what's worse, the incident with people attacking each other because of Fallout first, you think that's just strictly coincidental that a bunch of players are mad about that? They're attacking unimpeded for so long after that was released. Do you think that's just coincidental that they just happened to target those people and was unimpeded?
Fuck no.
Do you think it's a coincidence that their website got hacked and they didn't really do much about it but say, whoops, who knew? It's not a coincidence. They knew that shit was happening. They paid the people they hired those people to hack their game, hack the Pridwin in for a ban hype to make sure people will be good. They do this, what they basically call, the term is called to them as I quote, cleaning out the game of all the plagued individuals who will, if given a chance, consensual or not, will do bad things. Meaning, basically, if we put something in the game that might be ban-worthy, such as a mod or a glitch intentionally in the game, and they do it, well, it's their own fault, whether they know it or not. That's literally what's happening. They're putting a trap door around under you, and putting a noose around your neck, and handing you the controller and saying, play. Have a great time. The glitch is the noose, and the ban hammer is the trap door. And the second you do anything they don't like, they drop that trap door. Bye-bye. And that's it. That's over. And it's like, you played yourself. It's just sad. We ought to make a thing about that, a YouTube animation depicting all of this. I think that would get a lot of views. What do you think? Getting a funny little animation, even if it's poorly drawn and it wouldn't be poorly put together, I think a lot of people might enjoy that. Better than the It Just Works song, just something even better. An animation of why time needs to go. It's called Time Needs to Go. Oh boy, I'd like to see that.
And anyone who has any talents in animation who might watch this in the future, go for it. Please
go for it.
Help us. Help us out in spreading the word. We need it.
We do. We need a working game and a friendlier face to go to when the game doesn't work.
We need we need true smiles from Vault-Tec.
And we are Vault-Tec, Mama. That's the difference. Todd and them are not Vault-Tec. We are Vault-Tec because we're seeking out the right end of the dirt road. Bethesda would rather rob you on the side of the street and say, hey, it just works, bro, and then walk off. We're trying to get the game fixed. They're trying to break the game. If it was up to me, I'd take nothing short than having him sent to prison, and I would run Vault-Tec, or run Bethesda the way it was supposed to be run. The way I hope ZeniMax was hoping for, because surely ZeniMax is not letting them do this shit, and being like Todd, sitting down and counting their stacks too. Because I'd imagine how much shit they're going to have to go through when this is all over. Right? Am I wrong there for that? I mean, how bad is this going to get before someone goes, well, hey, man, you counting your money for like 5 or 10 minutes. How about throwing some of that back to people you screwed? Like I said, I hope ZeniMax is not part of it.
Or actually throw that money into developing the fucking game.
Right. That's what I mean. Going back to someone who wants to get it fixed. If ZeniMax is part of this, though, and they're letting Bethesda do this, then we sure as hell have no help. We're really SOL. And there won't be enough boycotting or anything. there'll be nothing we can do if ZeniMax is involved. If ZeniMax is actually involved in this shit, Bombay, we'll just have to sit there and take it. Because that means not only is COD greedy like ZeniMax, if that is the case, but ZeniMax is telling everyone that they're getting banned for playing Todd's game. They'll be calling the shots of who gets banned. It scares me, man. To think that it's a possibility.
One thing is very certain, this ban wave was unnecessary. Completely fucking unnecessary.
Don't you have a friend in school or anything that took like business courses? I took it in high school. I took a bit of college grade one while I was in high school. But, Todd had to hire people to run his games. Not a marketing campaign. I don't think he understands what he's doing, though, at that either. And again, how much, you go on their website if you want, you'll list off for any viewers that might be watching why I believe that Todd's marketing campaign is picking up the slack that the game is failing to keep up. Or go visit Rifle's video game review of Father Mr. Handy. That was them being having him be an ass kisser. He said how much it was worth for what it's made of. It's not worth it. You're not benefiting for owning it. You just paid them what, $300, and maybe some tax. For what? Just to keep their game afloat. That's it. Their game is failing. They know it's failing, and they're using marketing to fix it. Hi, Tiger. Tiger's always angry because he knows the game is not worth it either. But he hates everything. Help my cat and help us out to fix our problem. Please. Let's help. We need it, man. We need it. Because again, they're going to screw us over.
I'm going to be making a Reddit post on this as well.
Reddit posting? It's Reddit posting.
Okay.
I can barely hear you, man. Speak up.
Oh. I'm going to be making a Reddit post on this as well, because I think if not here, then it'll get some attention out there.
Oh, what are you going to do, though? Because, again, it's like when they say we're jumping up against them, they're going to throw down. Here's my problem. Again, like I said before, you got to be okay with getting a permaban for talking out against the company. Because you know that when shit starts hitting the fan, and they say, well, you two were the first to jump up and do something about it, we're gonna punish you to silence everyone else. They're being totalitarian. They're using totalitarianism to keep their game running as the quote-unquote best game ever, when again, approaching 7.8 billion copies, yet Fallout's like, we're the best game. Totalitarianism, because you squash the guys who are trying to talk against you, and you punish the ones who are, rising up. In order to keep your dictator Todd Howard in power. The food channels are fun, man. I love them. Alcohol, the cup, I'm done. It's pretty bad when I want to play a video game and I spend the rest of the night not having a poor sleep schedule as is. You just want to get on the game with you and Mage, and then get nothing but headaches at the end.
Just for trying to play the fucking game.
Yep. Can't even pick up a fucking coat hanger or a burnt trade magazine without crashing.
One time you crashed for picking up a fucking pile of bones.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly where it was. It was a dire chemical.
Baxter Medical.
Oh.
We went to play Full Skeleton.
Sorry.
That was near the other one you were mentioning. That was near it, though. It was in the mire. A lot of people don't know about that place. So Wastelanders came out. I found it a complete accident. I was like, what? It's middle of fucking nowhere. It's okay. I get it. And that makes no sense. Why would Waiting for server response. Disconnected from server. Bullshit. Like I said, a lot of these crashes in quotes are literally, to me, there's no coincidence here. Like, oh, where are the odds? They're picking up 5 bones, one every, 4 seconds. They picked up one. Once again, this thing picked up one. They said, awaiting response from server. Boom, crashed. It wasn't like tap, 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 like I used to do, be able to do. I waited. I was careful. And I got fucked anyways. So, again, what's going on here with Bethesda? My Wi-Fi is doing its job when I'm not playing Fallout. Mentioned that too. When I ain't on Fallout, my Wi-Fi works perfectly. Flawlessly.
But then you simply play the fucking game. It seems like it drains every single bit that you have. Just play the fucking game.
Oh well. You make yourself a tweet about whatever. To keep making these videos and trying to. You gotta put it on the Fallout 76 Reddit though. You can't. I'm pretty sure you're not able to make your own post on just any Reddit about that. That's what I like about Reddit is you have to be 24 hours old to play on their lab and do your own thing. You can't just post anywhere. It reminds me of getting a newspaper. You were going to get a newspaper of a newspaper you like, but then you get there and all the newspapers are the same company. The newspaper of the right answer, learn how to say yes today. Yeah, but that's the best game in the world. Yeah, Minecraft is not a thing. And that newspaper is now factual evidence and popular opinion. It's like, what you do. What is not new. Yeah. And you're kind of like, okay, I guess. Right? And then what? And how are you going to get around that if that's all you can get? It's really sucks. You're going to be the reason so why it sucks. Here we are. Doing it most, vlogging our problem.
That's probably what it's gonna be on here for a while. Is nothing but logging our thoughts.
It's more than just logging our thoughts.
But we're logging our thoughts for people to see, but nobody ever bothers to see it.
I don't know. Different. I recall you never really tried to be big anyways. And well, you mentioned this now before something does happen, you can't get big. You don't get noticed when you don't try to get big, but once you get big, you got a target on your back. Not every YouTuber out there wants to be you.
It's like putting a kick me sign on your back.
All the other YouTubers have to deal with it. So at the same time, I'm also the most sinister, funny way ever. I'm glad you're not getting famous. Because again, to get like Jaden or Rifle or Odd Ones Out, you're a target. You're kind of having to deal with other things to protect from problems. Now, YouTube expects things to be like, when you got famous from, let's say, these videos somehow made you famous, but now you have no choice. YouTube's going to turn your advertising back on, whether what you say they can or can't do. It'll make you have to have ads. You'll have to pick between your age content and stuff. You'll have to apply the copy even more. You'll have to apply like YouTube's copy. You YouTube's compliance in charge. Where you exist. Comma can't tell them you're doing your stuff right. You now become YouTube's pet. So that's what I had on one of my channels. Way back then, before Kappa was even jumping on YouTube ads, it got just big enough to be something interesting, maybe on the homepage once for like 5-10 minutes. I had to sign a waiver this was 5-10 minutes. And that I agree with the fact that I'm going to have ad revenue. I turned my channel off. It was like I made a new channel. I didn't want it to get famous because I don't like ads. When I get on YouTube, I don't care if it makes YouTubers more money or not because they're not making money anyway. YouTube's making more money than they are, even if they do get lots of money. If you gotta be one of those YouTubers that's like, oh my gosh, I got robbed. Someone stole my diamond plaque. First off, it's made of glass. It looks like diamond. And second of all, why would you be biking around with your plaque in the first place and have two guys run around with real firearms that are hopefully with blanks in them to pretend to rob you? Because you know that if it's a joke or not, if those people get caught, they're going to jail. That's one of those you should have done it. YouTuber that did that. He got so much trouble. I bet his video's still up. He quote unquote got his stuff wrong. He was biking around the wrong side of the neighborhood. And two people ran up and was like, give me your money, give me all your stuff, put it on the ground now. And they were like, oh look, he's a YouTuber. He's got his plaque. And he took his plaque, those people want some money. It's made of glass. A couple shots from a 223 will knock it out. So it's made of glass. So that 2mm rifle you keep talking about must all in it. Anyway, that was his friends. Long story short. Whoa, wow. You didn't get stolen, they borrowed it from you. It made it look like you were getting stolen from. If the police decide to investigate that, your friends go to jail. For pretending to rob someone else at gunpoint on a video. Things like that. A YouTuber that faked his own death to get famous. No, those are illegal things to get viewed. But at the same time, could they be called for help? YouTube is like that one record dealer at the places like make up a name here for a record company that does music for the radio. That's like, oh wow, look at all the music you've been working on making, and only like none of them are. I don't care how much that you have. I don't care if the public likes it. You're not doing that. You're doing this. And they hand you their own script that they just made up and paid someone to make up. You're singing this. Oh yeah, you're collabing with Justin Bieber, who's going to make more money than you. Baby steps, hot kid. Baby steps. That's pretty much how it is. Things like YouTube and how making your own game. I learned that the hard way I was making my game during like the first few months. A lot of the people that offer to reach out to help you, big companies, not like Obsidian, not like that big, but somewhere between third party and starting out, they're like, I can get money off of this dude. They don't start being humble like Obsidian or Rockstar originally was. They're not like Nintendo where they can speak enough English to say, hey man, I see you're starting a good game and looking for a new console with a brand. Slap our brand on there, we'll give you complete royalty, and or at least make us a brand or something, like a helper, like you just want to brand it or something. And then we'll help you get going. It's not like that anymore. I learned that within like the first 2 or 3 months of making this game. That's when I ended up going and making an 8-bit retro or something like the old computer game where it was like War Tactics or something. Where it had it had a weird plot line. It was a click. You click something, you move, you mine some crystals. I was thinking do that, but modernize it. And I was like, you know what, never mind. That died real quick, and it died for a reason. But why not try it? Well, yeah, I don't forget. Yeah, do I plan on getting my own? Yes. I plan on making my own manage. If I ever manage to get if I get the legal rights to my thing back.
Which I hope you do.
If I get my pay back, I'm good. I don't know if it's like your music will be in there. Like I said, I might charge you. I might pay you, not charge you. Pay you $200 a game every game I sell because show me your music will be in there. Like, and if I may go get you from West Virginia and bring you somewhere else. Me and you might work together in a little studio every so often. Have fun running our own game.
Maybe.
I wanted it to be a casual passion project where it's no big deal to do it, but we're going to get it done eventually. And it's
Right. We're going to do it at our own pace, like Bethesda should have kept doing. I said back then that it was a good idea to hold off on Wasteland.
Yep, it was.
It was a good idea to make sure that you took your time and fixed shit.
Right.
Because when I first got in, I will give the very, very minimalist on this. But I could already see that some of the stuff had slightly improved. Explosive weapons looked a little bit better. They worked a little bit better. So for a little while. And then I started... The health bars even worked a little bit better for a bit there. Then I started seeing some of the problems resurface.
You're welcome on the ship that got fixed. That's what I said. Without me, they wouldn't have had Wasteland.
Right.
I didn't fix the guns blowing up or anything. I made shit work a little bit more. And like I said, you wonder, why the fuck don't they change? Because I don't want to spend no money to change it. He quote-unquote can't find the one he needs for this game. But a lot of them are working better than Creation. Yeah, no, buying one is expensive. You can't just rent one out to give it a free trial or anything. Seriously. He's like, oh, there's not one else that I could use that makes it the best of the best. We don't want to go back to Obsidian. We don't like Sledgehammer and all the shit they do. No new branding, none of this. I want to find the best engine for us. And all I hear is words are excuses, procrastination, and I am lazy for the sake of I want money. I think of Todd as Mr. Krabs. Give Mr. Krabs a fucking ass.
Fucking exactly. There we go.
Todd Howard.
He's literally that more meme. It's like, okay, well we brought in we did the Christmas update. New people are playing. They bought the game. More. We got Wastelanders. New people are playing. They bought the game. More. We're getting BOS in. It's bringing a lot of hype. New people are coming in. They bought the game. More. It's literally that.
Right. When they're having so many issues, you know, I talked to Clover about it because I like to go to Clover. She has some interesting brain power. I'm gonna call it brain power. She sees things way off in the future. She's not been wrong. She talked about. She likes to say she's competing with the Simpsons show, predicting shit. She likes to joke about competing with them, or they're taking a leaf out of her book. But in all reality, she saw the downfall of Bethesda. She saw many times where they failed. At the time, it was future. And here are some of these things are now actually happening. She said the Brother of Steel thing, a lot of people are not going to make it to that. And if they do, what do you do for them? You're going to get lots more issues because, again, every vision she has, Bethesda doesn't attempt to fix it. Because some lawsuits will happen, and ZeniMax will have to drop some things, but Todd will still do his tyrannical totalitarianism right. She called him a totalitarian. Where Bethesda is the only game. And fuck Minecraft. That doesn't exist here. We are the best-selling game, regardless of what the stats say. And anyone that tries to say otherwise can get banned, which she says is going to be happening soon. She flat out said it. You know, be careful with guilt little videos I'm talking about a supposed quote unquote uprising, because after a bit of time, that might kick off pretty quickly, more quickly than you thought, and then you're going to get banned. And anyone who just acknowledged your Reddit post and shit will get banned, because wow, who would have thought that telling Bethesda they're wrong for what they're wrong for would get us in so much problem? They're doing what a totalitarian dictator would do. Stop you from speaking out against their rule in order to keep order, to keep people stupid, blind, or quiet. That's Bethesda. Shut up and play the game. Puts new news label glitch around neck, puts a trapdoor called banhammer at end of feed closed. Have fun. Don't get in trouble. You're sitting here nervously playing the game because at any given second, time's like, glitch, drops the trapdoor. And wow, that's all it took. You could fill in the nuisance name of glitch with other things, legit or otherwise. You know, being too young to play the game, drop the trapdoor. They'll do that too. If you're under the age rating of mature, you're gone. That's why kids are not often, they're playing the game, but it's why some of them don't have microphones brought by. Not just because the parents said no, but because Todd will ban them. There's a dev in every server, Brahma. There's a dev in every server. There's like 61 servers. 61 servers. There's a dev in every single one of them. And everyone has a noose around their neck right now but them, and everyone's standing on a trapdoor.
They get a free pass to do whatever the hell they want.
But here's the problem. The kids get hung first because they're not supposed to be playing the game because they're not quote-unquote mature rated. It's rated for mature, but that doesn't mean you can't be 6 years old and play Call of Duty World War II. If you can handle it, actually you should be able to play. If you're able to, if you're allowed to. If your brain's old enough to say, this is just a video game, and chill out, not be a bad person, I don't care how old you are. You can be 2 for all I care and play. You know, it's getting to the point now where, you know, I can draw parallels to my terrible parents and the things they willingly do to my children to make me be good, for the way they want. Yeah, I've already told you, Brian, by the way, whenever something happens in the family and they think I'm the one who did it, they don't care what the truth is. The truth to them is I did it and I like to do it, and I'm not sorry. Instead of I saw who did it and they're the ones who are wrong. That's not the right answer to them. Anything but what their right answer is a lie. Even if it's the truth. To them, that's a lie because they don't want to hear, oh yeah, I saw the dude's face as he went up and tried to kill her. They're going to say, I did it, and that's the truth to them. Or they're going to say it's Clover's fault. You know, I told you when they took Clover's shotgun and was trying to shoot one of my daughters, when the police got there, they told the police officer their truth, which was I stole a gun. Clover even said that was her gun. She produced the paperwork. But again, the parents were like ahead of time, he stole that gun, and the girl that's going to say that she owns it isn't even speak enough English to understand what any of this is. So that's already invalid to the police officer. And it was like 5-10 minutes of, who did you steal the gun from? Why did you steal it? Instead of realizing they stole the gun from Clover. They were going to commit murder with it, and they're willingly doing so. But to save their asses, they'll casually tell the police, he stole the gun, or he did and gave it to him, and she can't even speak enough English. She was speaking perfect English that day. And after, you know, a couple eyewitnesses and hearing the gunshots and seeing what happened, you know, the police were like, instead of arresting my parents, you know, feeling that vile word here, he's like, just don't let it happen again. He got in his cop car and left. And I was like, you know what? And I'm not going to lie, at one point I thought to myself, why don't you just mace them or something? Put some pepper spray in their eyes. I don't trust them. It's in my life. If it gets to the point where I don't sleep for 4 days because I'm afraid they're going to do something to me when I'm asleep, that's bad. But it doesn't help that we have all this shit on our plate either with Bethesda. The game, the Fallout was supposed to be my means for actual military PTSD.
From the real world.
It's a cure-all for my PTSD. They're failing at that. And then my parents are at my house all the fucking time. I move away. I moved away to this house we're in. And what do? They just asserted their dominance over this house. You owe us your life, is what they keep telling me. And then it's like, okay, well, I'll build a house somewhere 20, 30 states over from where I live. In any direction, no specific direction. Okay, got that house finally done. Spent a couple grand, a lot of money to build it. What do? To make sure that we can't go to the house, they've had it burnt down. You're serious, right? But that's not the worst they've done. I told you before, they've tried to have Amber deported because they didn't like the fact that she was willing to consensually marry me. They didn't like that. They tried to shoot Clover. They tried to shoot my daughters. And, them doing that and me getting on the game just to deal with PTSD and then avoid them is another reason why I'm so mad about the game doing what it does. Because I am actually getting very tired of having to deal with the fam and then get on a game and can't even deal with simple PTSD trauma.
More shit than actually helps.
Yep. It's just getting to the point where I'm getting ready to not do. And who knows? Maybe something bad will happen because Fallout can't keep me from doing things. But again, it's like in the most literal military sense in a whole, Bethesda is the minefield. You're playing the game, but you're walking through the minefield. The minefield is whatever could go wrong for just playing it, a ban for whatever reason. Imagine that for a minute. Or imagine thin ice is what you're doing. You're playing the game on thin ice and eggshells, but if you will crack the ice and fall in, and you'll hit a landmine that's layered like edge to edge, and you hit that landmine, well, you got banned. It don't matter what for. Just insert whatever method you'd rather use. It's pretty much accurate. That's just laying out minefields all over the place and saying, hey, don't fail. Have fun. If they go off and they go behind that room, that they watch you do a glass pane that you can't see through, and they're like, as soon as he fails, hit the landmine button. We're going to ban him as soon as they fail. You don't know you're being tested every time you get in a Fallout game. I believe 76 is, again, a test. You're not giving your consent to be in or not to be in.
I'm going to try to make a metaphor out of this, but instead of making a peace treaty or having a peace treaty signed, they just say, let's put 2 more landmines down. The landmines are the ban hammer, or the people getting banned for the people who walk on them. And the peace treaty is fixing the game. That's the signing of the peace treaty. They don't want that peace treaty signed, though. They want
us all to be gone. I agree with that. But, like I said, this game is my PTSD fix, because I don't really want to go. I'm just fine doing it this way, playing the game, which helps me deal with other trauma. Like I told you, whenever I play Call of Duty Zombies, I can unload all of my anger and physical trauma through that in-game M1 Grand and be just fine.
Right.
And then get on Fallout somewhat ready for something else.
Play that with you.
But it only goes so far. But Fallout's not doing its job, and I'm kind of getting tired of playing zombies. So I finished the main campaign, and that's all you can do once you finish the campaign. It's over.
Well, there's the multiplayer, but that's not very, very fun.
No, I'm not good at that shit. That's not going to help my PTSD if I'm dealing with other people. that are probably going to be dumb enough to exploit the game anyways. I mean, I saw you think campers are bad in what Modern Warfare brought by? They match a couple of Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. That's where camping started. Camping started there. They'd hide in sniper positions for the whole match, and you'd be like, pop, pop,
Modern
pop.
Warfare 2 from 2007 had been ruined last time I played it. Hell, I bet nobody's even playing it anymore. Literally. Like,
people are playing World War II.
Modern Warfare 2 is dead.
Active zombie matches. And, I mean, some people might still try to play a multiplayer match, but they're doing it to be bad. Like I said, you could even say Roblox and Fortnite are way better than Fallout at this point because, again, Fallout, they know what they're doing. They know they're screwing people over, and I don't think they know about the repercussions. It's worrying me. Amber's even just now saying, because she's mute, she's there sign languaging, that she plays Fallout's like a bomb diffuser that goes to work and says, oh, look, there's a bomb in this tower that we're trying to defuse to cause some problems, that would cause problems if it blows up. Let's just go in there with the fucking sledgehammer and start beating it instead of being careful and trying to defuse it. Let's just beat it with the banhammer and hope it doesn't blow up in our face. If anything, let it blow up on the civilians, whatever. That's pretty much what that. They're the bomb squad that showed up drunk and high. And I said, let's just beat the hell out of this bomb. And if it almost blows up, throw it at a civilian who's going to get in trouble for it anyways. And if they get up and say that's not fair, hit them with the hammer. Hit them with the hammer. You keep getting up, hit them with the hammer.
Beat it with the hammer.
Eventually people stop getting, and eventually they'll stop people, the civilians will stop getting up, and they'll stay down. That's what I think of. Again, totalitarianism with video games at the time. We are the best game, period. Anybody who thinks otherwise is now a wanted criminal. God's federal investigation system, most wanted for everything you could imagine doing wrong. And all he can say is, I just said I didn't like the game at an E3. And now they've been like this ever since. You know. That's really what it could amount to be at this point. I hope it changes. I would say I hope it changes, really, but at that point I don't even mean it. It's not. I don't think it's going to change. Again, Clover says there's a lot more dark times coming our way, and you'd be better off to just bail before the Brotherhood of Steel comes out. I believe Clover. Clover says, but she hasn't been wrong yet. She may have been off by a little bit, but again, she never gives you a date. But she gave us the Brotherhood of Steel arrival, so that says enough to me to know what's going on. Of when. She says you're better off bailing before that season because things are happening right under your feet. You don't even know it yet, and they want it to happen. She confirmed the fact that, again, if you're playing the game, you're unconsensually giving up your rights to play the game, and in return, you're walking on landmines. There's no treaty. There's no end. You play the game, you're at their mercy. You're bending to their will to keep playing the game. If they decide to ban you because, I don't know, your character's white or too white, and it's all of a sudden racially and sexually offensive, well, you're getting a ban. So, you know, if you want to, I'll go ask her about I can't get her to get on these chats. She doesn't want to, but, you know, it's one of those things where she's like, you can tell them, but if I tell them, it's not going to happen. She believes that it's some fake thing, lines, all that nonsense. I'll probably ask her later on about some of the things that'll happen during this time frame if we don't leave. She can probably paint the clearest picture, clear as the sky is blue and the sun is a fireball. The air is made up of oxygen. things you can't deny. Basically, she'll probably tell me everything that Todd will do. Yeah, man. If Clover can foresee Todd's fail, but yet he somehow still succeeds and survives the minefield to replant more. He's impeding, he's halting progress and impeding people who are doing the right thing and punishing everybody, right and wrong.
You're not disciplining
Mentality
people
of,
anymore.
I'm the leader, I own you, and no matter what, we're the right cause, we're the right answer.
Like I said, with the
Someone asks what game that they wish to get for their birthday, Bethesda is the right answer. Fallout is the right answer. Anything else will result in punishment.
It's like I said with the thing about parents. Parents nowadays, Bethesda is not disciplining the people who do wrong. They're just punishing everyone at this point. That's exactly what they're doing. And it's not fair. Like I said, it's not fair.
I agree. But of course, I'm not going to... Like I said, when you go on your vacation, I'm not playing Fallout games. I've been trying to distance myself from the game anyways. Again, I don't want to be here when it comes time to those big endings that supposedly might happen with the Brother of Steel. But I said, a lot of people are going to get in trouble just for existing during the time of the Brotherhood of Steel's comeback. Especially if they like the Brotherhood of Steel, Bethesda is not going to be happy with them. People are going to get in trouble for things like giving their full, honest opinion about the thing, or saying that the Brotherhood still doesn't seem like the hype was not worth the delivery, or something like that. Those people are getting banned, according to Clover. The ones who are going to go back and be like, well, my opinion here was the hype was interesting, it looked so much fun, everyone got tricked into believing it was great, and it was okay, that person was getting a ban. Because they didn't give it a stellar review. Best game ever, 2025 stars. I'd recommend everyone 5 stars.
And like I said before, I don't care how good the game gets. I'm still not going to call it perfect.
Perfect. That's why I don't think these 5-star these rating systems of 5 stars. I think that's a wrong way to rate anything nowadays, anyways. Because the company can go in there and get themselves their own rating. Everyone will give it a 5-star rating. And then you're getting it, it's like, wow, it's already a 5-star rating. It's only been out for like 2 or 3 days. I guess I should give it 1 too. That's how they psychologically trick you into agreeing to that stuff. By going through and tipping the hand forcefully in their favor. Forcefully saying that our game is the best, and here's why. Because we basically just told all the workers you get a raise if you go and give the game a 5-star review. Say nothing, just give it a big review. Lots of companies did it, so a lot of them got in trouble, and some shut down because of it. Yet, no one really rethought the system. No one really thought that, hey, that's bad. Something should be done, something should be changed. I shouldn't say a 5-star rating, a 10 out of 10. Then that stuff's really worth it, because anyone can work for the company and go off the clock and say 5 out of 5, best game ever moment.
And let's be real here, if you're giving a game 5 out of 5, a perfect score, let's be honest with yourself, you're lying to yourself at that point.
Well, here's why I would give it. If I give it a 5-star, here's why I would give it a 5-star. I'm acknowledging its faults, its potential, and what it did right, in no particular order.
Right.
If dev team cares, things get done, the marketing is great, not fake, like best map ever, like hands down, bigger than all the other Fallout games. The polybags are exactly what they're supposed to be. And we didn't just knowingly give you a helmet that would make you sick and kill you. And they were doing their job right, they would have got a 5-star. I give it a 5-star, but I'm also going to log why it didn't a 5-star rating. Some people just say best game 10 out of 10. And some of those are company workers. It's only a 5-star when everything is considered. The goods, the bads, and the future goods were bad ahead of time. I'm never giving a 5-star without directly logging the reason. Good game, or okay game. Had some bugs here and there. The team seemed to be and I might do a couple bug things and say, depending on the company acts, I do a whole critique moment. I can critique them, I critique their game, and I critique the sales versus how the game is running. Or is it worth the money they're advertising it for? That all, again, plays on each other in the triangle. The same 3 things I told you the company needs to do to get the best profit and the best review. Those are the same 3 things. The company cares, the fan base enjoys it, and the game, even if it is a little messed up, it's got enough potential that the community and the company can work together to fix it, and there'll be no fear of, if I help fix it, will I get in trouble? Then if that is the case, it's a good game. Paid for or not, free or otherwise. Then it's worth the 5-star rating if it continues. If it doesn't, you go back and drop your 5-star rating. That's the only way I can say a 5-star rating goes. If those 3 credentials meet an unbiased end of, wow, they paid you to say it's good. No. That's a 2-star. But see, Fallout does not deserve from the credit they're getting. They're cheating flat out and telling people, hey, get money if you send your kid up here and let him play a game that's knowingly tweaked to give us the best rating. Let me up here. Let's be real here. I agree with what you're saying. Rating, we know that this is not holding up to anything they're getting rep-wise. We know all that's fake. And the ones who give it honestly, where we're not being led to believe anything they should have looked into. They were lied to. Lied to or had tweaked gameplay just to get the best deal. They watch what we do in these games. They back in like day 1 out of beta, and now we're a target because we know the guy. And either whether or not we participated doesn't matter. We're still in trouble. You see what I mean? I shouldn't have to go into a video game I used to love playing without being afraid I'm going to get in trouble because, you exist in our game, Banhammer.
Right. Because it shouldn't have to be that way. But it is. Because, like I said, they're more interested in trying to fix the people and not the problem. When it could just be easily worked around if they just fix the problem outright. It'd be a more straightforward thing to do.
Which is good. I'm glad to see your understanding. But now here's the problem here is we're getting to one of those points where we're just 2 guys on a channel logging our thoughts. Things are not going to get done just by us. Now that me and you have come to the understanding and we've logged our thoughts, how are we going to go out and show the rest of how are we going to go about fixing the problem if Bethesda cannot? Are we going to have to go get more YouTubers involved? We're going to have to make our own Reddit posts every so often? Continuously batter the community until they understand and give them reasons to believe that everything is no longer what it seems under a veil of lies and a vein of truth. What are we going to do, bro? That's what I want to know. What's next.
After this stream is over, I want to make a few Reddit posts one linking and talking about the issues, and one linking to the YouTube channel in this video to get so they can watch it and get a little bit more perspective on what we're talking about and get some ideas on what to do. But we can't do this alone. We need help with people like anybody who's watching.
Right? That's what I want, is to see people. I want to see people understand and make their own calls. We got to give them Bethesda all the credit, because they're not deserving.
They're not worthy of the credit.
They're the bully at school that says, do my math homework or else. And then they go and they try to do their homework the next day. They take your lunch money as an inconvenience charge because you weren't breaking your neck down the fucking stairs to give it to them. And they're going to continuously do so until someone steps in and says, hey, that's a no-no. And they smack them on the face. You know, it's like the foreign company that ran through and was with YouTube, was something that YouTube was doing that they weren't fond of. And people I can remember barely what the company was for. It was an issue regarding YouTube and some people that were using it, and that didn't work out the way they were hoping, if I recall correctly. And then, in a long, big nutshell, they basically this company stepped in and said, you know, this was like a little bit before COPPA. I would say just a few months, maybe a month or two before COPPA. This is a little foreign company outside of like Germany, I would venture to say. And they were like, YouTube's out of their mind. We're going to fix that. You come over here when something happens, and we'll fix your problem on a new. They'll basically transfer your account from YouTube to something else. They'll offer a better, I guess you could call it a work environment, because they're offering these to YouTubers specifically. That's kind of what I see is going on here. That's the people we need for things like this, where the company that's offering is like the lawyer on our side saying, hey, you hit our client one too many times, now we're going to have to hit you back with a bunch of legal paperwork.
Right.
Saying you can't do it anymore. Yeah. You know, we need a safe zone. We need a place for R&R while we're sitting here in this game getting read at from any angle Bethesda can create, left, right, up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter. They'll make up their own dance game, but they have to punish people like us while we're in the game. If we don't do it that way, that dance game will lay out the foundation how we'll get attacked every few seconds. You know, it's nothing's stopping them anymore. And we need someone that has the power to say, hey, ZeniMax, I'm about to twist your arm, may even break it if you don't listen, and fix Todd's problem. You know, William says if you still have any issues, go higher up. You don't have to just bother Todd. You can always poke ZeniMax. But he also said if you start boycotting one company, you have to boycott both. He mentioned the best way to stop it is to take out ZeniMax's profits too by not doing things for ZeniMax. You know, or he said, or just make your own company and do your own thing and be as a competitor. And that, my friend, is where I think I'd rather go on my end if this doesn't work out. Make our own Fallout. Make our own lore. Make our own game. Still kind of sort of Fallout. We'll call it something different. It runs the same sort of story, but it runs a hell of a lot better than Fallout. And basically make Fallout look like a third-party company. Because if you can't join them, you can beat them, right? What's stopping us from making our own group called Warlanders, for example? They can't compete with us if we're putting more money and we're doing better as a whole than they are. If we're making more profit for doing the right thing, they can't say, why did you base your game in West Virginia? Oh, look, you picked one of the two world wars to base your game in. That's copyright infringement. No, buddy, we used several wars in each of our games. So you can't quite say that one of our games is copyright infringement if this one at the third game on our end is Vietnam on Divergence, but that never happened or so. You know, there's ways around Bethesda, and I don't think they understand that yet either. Because in it, what'd you say was for the copyright shit that you mentioned? You mentioned something that was really interesting to that scenario.
You can copyright a particular thing, a very specific way of going about something, but you cannot claim an idea. Like, that's like saying, and I know you've said this before, but that's like saying, in my opinion, that's like saying Fortnite is a direct copy of PUBG. Yeah, Fortnite has that drop from a plane or a bus in this sense.
It's a divergence, if you want to call it so.
But
it's a PUBG divergence. Because PUBG, as far as everyone else can agree, came first.
Right.
That's why it's kind of it's a knockoff, or it's a divergence if you want to be professional. It diverged.
But while it has a lot of
what
those
if
things,
PUBG was cartoony?
Right.
That's what Mars says. Well, what if PUBG was a cartoon? That'd be Fortnite, right, Dad? I'm like, yeah, I guess.
Right. But some of those things in a battle royale game have to be done. The same thing with what we would be doing. Some of that stuff would have to be done. That's the things that they can't copyright. Because Fortnite adds on to that formula by adding building, all the other stuff to make it fresh.
How much of Fallout can we make Fallout before something happens, though? Is what I'm saying. And if we were to make a game called Warlanders, the one thing I would like to add, eventually, maybe not right off the bat, is the usage of an already present vehicle system. Have an NPC running all over the place, and if you can get him, he can stay at your camp. You bring him steel and same-ish junk style. You bring him some stuff that he'll build you up a vehicle. You say, hey man, I want a tank. Okay, that's fine. I'll get me like a couple thousand steel, some of this, some of that, do some gunpowder, and I'll make you some ammo, and he'll build you a tank or two, and and then you can use that for things like missions, objective-related things, side quests. Pretty sure the Pit-Boy would probably be if I recall correctly, the Pit-Boys would be objective to Fallout.
Yeah, they would be. They would be objective to copyright.
But if you think about it, over time, if we did it better than they did it, how long would it take for them to say, well, hey,
you mentioned you didn't even like the Pip-Boy being on the arm. We wouldn't even have to use a Pip-Boy. We could just have a backpack.
Backpack, you're right. But that would make you pay attention. I don't think a lot of people. That's why I think a lot of people enjoy the game itself. They have to pay attention a little bit more than they should to the game without it. You'd have to focus on an upgrade to. Nope. Nope. And like I said, if we manage to get somewhere, I mean, that would basically be a good plug-in from the stuff that already exists. Hey, Tiger, there's a squirrel, Tiger. Do you care? Oh, he does. He gone. Hey, Tiger. You see what I mean? See, though the game I was doing wasn't Warlanders, I could easily plug that in.
Right.
And it technically would be a collab. Like, I supply the vehicles and the certain objection-based gameplay.
You'd be making some of the a lot of the gameplay and stuff. I'd provide some soundtrack, and I'd make the name for it because Warlanders.
And who knows? Maybe we can secure a right to certain other things as well. Maybe like, oh hey, we want a reference to Aperture Science or a reference to Black Mesa. Some people might actually that work with those companies actually made Half-Life and Aperture Science or Portal. I think they would enjoy that. You think, hey guys, we want to make a part of the game where at certain points, like for example on the the game's start off anniversary, the day it was created, you might could find a scientist mentioning Aperture Science. And if you befriend them, they'll help you. Like, for example, that every year on the game's birthday, they'll say, "Greetings from Aperture Science," has a, thank you for giving us homage here on your campus, base, compound, tiny camp, outpost, whatever we add. We'll help you boost things like science now until, during the time frame of, let's say, from my birthday to 4 days later, or maybe a total of 4 days, your weapons, vehicle, troop creation, all that stuff is boosted for 4 days for that's a lot of days, hours. 4 days of being boosted. So now instead of making 4 troops an hour, you're making, you fill in the gap. You can always just tweak it. You get my point?
Yeah.
There's so much we can do that they're not doing, and the other games are not doing. Like I said, I want to mention another game I like playing was War Thunder. I liked it because of the planes and the tanks and the boats, but then they had a torpedo boat.
In this Warlanders game will give you an opportunity to make your own game.
So if you do, we might have some fun.
Without
There's so much fun.
But this Warlanders project might give you time a chance to make your own game with, at least until you get rights, or hopefully get rights back to your stuff, to make your own game.
I could cut you some slack flat out and give you the ability to put some of my stuff in your game, and I'd just be happy to say that, as long as it's, instead of me making my game and collabing with yours along the way, you can flat out make your own canosity that me and you made the one game, and instead of doing what I do, just merge all my shit with the one you're doing, and flat out say, there's the infantry, there's the tanks with the paints, and then we can just do that, and I'd be fine. Because again, all we've done so far was a bit of animation between characters, and the mouth movements were a problem, but still a thing. Yeah, the lip syncing is at that point. It's all it is. The NPCs you're attempting to lip sync. Yeah, good job, friend. Doesn't say look like his lip sync. Yeah, good job, friend. Looks like fuck you. But we're not really there yet. We're not even. 2 years in, I'll admit we didn't get far. And then when Todd did what he did, we were getting ready to ramp up the production and try something new. And Todd's like, "That's ours now. Halt. We gotta wait and make sure he doesn't throw any more landmines down."
Right.
And trick us. But see, now, here we are. If you could do it, I'll give you the rights to run it. I'll give you my personal legal consent if I had to. As long as you say that, as long as you pay an homage and make a playable character for me and have a little tank or something with a paint. I may
say that it ain't hard, but I don't know jack shit about game development.
I didn't either, but like I said, first month I learned some things. It's not super hard, and with the right tech and the good enough systems, you could do anything from picking your own software. Because we being the people I worked with, we weren't even close enough to get a brand or a system to run it on. We had some ideas, like maybe start out being a smartphone related thing, mobile. But then it was but with the amount of data we're pumping in through this game, it'll kill the battery of your phone. It'll fry a Samsung. Just think about that for a minute.
And if I'm running any game making program or anything,
oh yeah,
it'll fry that $400 computer in there, and my mom will get upset, rightfully so. But I don't.
What are you doing? Selling drugs?
I don't think my computer can run anything any more complicated than PowerPoint. It can barely run PowerPoint.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. If we have to go and do something different, like, for example, learn about game development systems and learn about computers, I could just go find out buy a laptop, and we could work in a collab and just merge the final product together.
Right.
And that'd be funny to read the credits, like credits to brand, all of their group, and it's like, then us, it says us, and it's just me and you. It's like, oh, hey, look, it's the dev team. It's just me and you. It's like, oh, damn. Okay.
Dev team. Probably in the making of 10 years.
But that's my point, though. it's funny when you see it, but it also says one thing: we did it. F you, Todd, and your game. We just took two guys. It took 20 or 30 for each two locations and one big parent company to do. With maybe even a third-party company like, Fun Pimp went bankrupt in Day Z or 7 Day Stop.
It was actually Telltale that went bankrupt. Fun Pimps is still active.
That's right. You see my point, though.
Right.
They failed to do something and they lost funding. Now imagine saying Telltale could be our brand now. Can't we legally get to own these Telltale games?
Telltale's already been bought out by someone else, though.
Okay, that's fine. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Find a company that just went out of flatline and say, you help us out for this, and we'll do what we can with the profits, and we'll fund something here and there that'll tell you that we can do it. You say sure, and you go with us on some things, and you work with us and be understanding, and you help with us where we need to be, and we'll do everything in our power to keep your company afloat again. It's not, that part is not hard telling, but the doing is what I'm kind of worried about. It took Bethesda stealing a paint skin from me to halt all of my production, because again, we don't want to step on any more landmines, because they will do it. But if you see why I know other company, other little groups and YouTuber that are actually company YouTube channels, like Petscop, or the ones that are usually company brandings as their channel, Nintendo. You think about a YouTuber for a minute that has his own channel. Just think about it. Make up your own guy, his own name, his own brand. And then let's just say he's doing a mod for Fallout 76. He wants it to be kind of like Fallout Miami, where it's canon to that existence, but not to the story, but one day could become canon. Kind of like our group in MechTech. And all of a sudden, Bethesda's watching his channel, as they do to everyone's channel that has Fallout in it. Wow, from anything I've seen so far, he doesn't have that copyrighted. 5 to 7 days later, wow, someone had copyrighted my idea and now owns the right to the thing I was doing and is making lots of money off of something I thought of. That's the end of their career. That company just got sneaky and stole something, is making money about it. And again, because the person in the story didn't get quick enough shit, they're fine. Mine was a patent pending and a few other things. It was on the way to being trademarked, at least. It's a trademark logo for the game. The nuke and the AR was going to be a trademark, an actual branding for the game. For even at bare minimum a joke in the DLC. And look at there, Bethesda's change it to AO, slap it on everything for one season, done. Doesn't matter if we stole it or not. We're going to make millions, guys. We're all going to get Porsches and Lambos and Rolex watches, and the guy who we stole it from is going to get jack shit. It's a good day in the wasteland. I'd halt everything for that. And every night I think about it, I'm not able to finish my game because of that one thing they did. It haunts me, probably. I was actually paying people to help me work shit, and they were they alerted it to me at first. I mean, I showed it to you. At first, I was like, wow, I'm so proud. They used an idea. I was kind of thinking they were going to give me royalty. Here comes the new season. It's actually officially out, and whoop-de-doo, no royalty yet. No thank you for, hey, we kind of borrowed your idea. Now we're actually going to ask you, can we? None of that. They're sitting there making money on the Atomic Ranger paint and saying it's the Atomic Onslaught, and now it belongs to them. That's all it took. It's pretty damn depressing when, when you really think about it. like they're not willing to make their own ideas. A lot of things Bethesda thinks of is not their own. It's someone else makes a suggestion or mentions it in a video or something, and they just take it up and copyright it, put it in their game. Now it's canon. I mean, I don't guess it's legal. I wouldn't say it's legal, but again, with copyright shit that I don't really know too much about right now. Could it be possible that they're on the right then?
I don't think so.
Are they in the right for stealing from me an idea of a paint that I had created in a game because my game wasn't done yet? Are they legally able to do that? It scares me to think that the answer could be yes. Hope it's not yes, but
I hope it's not yes too, because
you know more about it than I do.
Because if your game is a developer and if you had something with a copyright label or trademark, then that's set in stone. That's illegal.
Pending.
It was pending.
It was pending a trademark. Atomic Ranger paint, a few other things were pending a trademark, and I had to pull out because they got their copyright in on it first and used what I was doing to make them cash. I just pulled out and told the dude exactly what happened. And the guy that was helping me get it tore everything up. It stopped everything. I felt bad saying for the people I paid to help me get this started. I felt bad staying before them and saying, guys, we have to stop doing what we're doing now for who knows how long because of a company that is a wasteland role-play nonsense of an MMORPG decided to steal something from our game while we were patent pending and running all this other stuff for copyright and trademarks. And now they changed one letter and put it on something of theirs, and now it's okay. A lot of people were against what the company did. I felt embarrassed to stand up there and tell them that we have no clue, truly. Someone had to have mentioned how interesting it looked, and Bethesda's like, well, can I see? And then that could have been just as easy. Right now, we can't even get them into a court right now. They won't go. They're denying their own court, saying, hey, we're taking you to court. Ha! No. And it goes back to angrily typing how bad dupers and banners are on Twitter. Not to steal anything else. I didn't give them a reason to steal anything. That's why I haven't mentioned no names, except for Atomic Ranger. I haven't mentioned any brandings. If we had any at all, I wouldn't have mentioned it. I won't mention the group I use or anything because I don't trust Bethesda to come up here in one of these videos and be like, oh, hey, it's mine now. I'm going to go buy those people out in front of you. They're mine now. But I think I would like to see a game made as an homage to that game. Because right now, as it sits in this day and age, I think that game is about dead anyways. I'm too scared to do anything else. Because I don't want to get oppressed and then stolen from and be basically tied to a chair. And the people doing it are saying, well, what we're doing is legal, and even if it wasn't, we'll pay someone to make it legal. Only for us, though. And then I went from making the game to watching my game fall apart to them owning it and doing it their way. And taking all the things I worked on and tearing it up, throwing it in the shredder, and saying, here, we'll keep. And there goes my dream out the window. I lost a bunch of money because Bethesda just wanted a skin.
Just took a Power Armor skin, didn't even ask.
They took a skin and slapped it on the Power Armor. Wasn't even for Power Armor skin. For tanks. And they just kind of said, well, tanks are basically walking Power Armor, so there we go, it's legal. Changed the R to an O and it was like, done, completely legal and not stolen power paint. No one will know the difference. All that money I spent all that time and effort was forcefully shut down because I didn't want to lose anything else or run a further risk. I didn't trust them. Not to say, well, now he's stealing our ideas. And then going back there, writing their notebooks saying, this is now our idea. And make it seem like they were legit. And they're filling in fake dates and making it seem like they were legit doing something to make it look like I was stealing. They'll do that. Companies like that do that shit. No matter how morally correct they think they are or they look, they'll do that in a heartbeat. That's why Walt Disney and the original Walt Disney would have never wanted Lucasfilm. It's just something that doesn't happen. And that shit just isn't needed to happen. But in our time frame, it happens because big businesses are like sharks. And the ones they kill and eat are the ones that are weak enough that can't help themselves or can't handle. That's a lot of zeros. They basically give you an offer you can't refuse. You physically can't. Because if you do, they're just going to take it. So you kind of just take the money, or we'll take it from you and you get nothing. Take the money, or we'll sue you and then take the stuff from you and not have to pay anything. And then what? Now you're probably going to go to prison for stealing our idea. It would have been so much easier if you had just taken the money moment. I'd rather you get a hold of what's left of my game than or something that would pay homage to that game than anyone else at this point, because they'll steal from me. And like I said, I don't even know if any of my people I was helping and hired to help could have accidentally or intentionally done this. I had no clue. And I trust you more than I trusted a lot of other people in my life.
Like you said, that cost a lot of money.
I would rather, and instead of making a Nerf rival gun, let's go and try that instead. Make our own game. Maybe instead make it on something like a computer or a laptop or something. Or hell, make our own console if it gets down to it. So make it console-less, let it run on it may be anything, or make it run for a computer, but don't call it a computer game. Who knows? We might make it somewhere, but I'd rather do that shit than make a Nerf gun. I'd rather make a game that works and makes sense and might stand more than one, and makes all the other games look like shadows, basically.
First, in order to do that, I'd have to have a shit ton of knowledge on game programming and my own laptop.
Right.
And you also said that shit costs a lot of money.
If you're up for it, there is no rush. I would rather you first get a better brain idea of legal stuff. The legal paperwork, all the nonsense you have to go through. The terms of service and a copyright, the legal bindings for a trademark and a patent, all of it.
Okay.
That's what I would rather we do
I'm just
first.
saying, if it comes down to it and I can't afford to do this, please don't be too bummed out that I can't. But I will.
If you don't want it, we don't know until we try.
Right.
I've been trying for 2 years, and we got somewhere. Tiger, I got somewhere in 2 years, and I'm only 22, 23. You're in your 20s too, so it's not hard to learn if you try. It is going to be difficult to get there, but I understand if you don't think you can, and I only ask if you don't think you're going to be able to, don't take it up. We can just let the game die, and I can eventually just make it all public for someone to have as well. Because, like I said, all my dreams failed. The only thing I had to deal with was Amber and the girls, and having a family. So, but I don't want to get started and think we can do it, and then all of a sudden you said I'll do it for you, and then you can't now all of a sudden.
In that case, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to not, because I could get halfway through this thing, and they could do the same thing to me that they do to you as well. I'm not no say-so either.
If we did do it, we wouldn't have to make it public that we're doing it. Of course, I made it slightly public as well by hiring someone to help because I didn't know enough. I knew something, but not enough. That's okay, I understand. But that just means now I'm going to have to go in, I'm going to have to make all my shit public and make it free to royalty-less. Because, you know, because there's no point in keeping it. That hurts.
But all that shit is ruined because of fucking power armor. I'm playing Battlefield 1 right now because I hate Bethesda enough to not play it anymore. I will cancel my fucking Fallout 4 subscription.
Does Battlefield 1 remind you of a Call of Duty game at all?
Yes, it does, actually.
I know it.
If you want to watch some gameplay, I'm actually playing it right now, and I don't mind streaming it.
That's fine, I guess. It's just a bummer we wouldn't have been able to, you know. Let me. 1,000 mini donuts. I want a donut now.
I want a donut.
Damn carnival cooking show is making me hungry. This dude's making mini donuts at a carnival. Instead of like, it looks like it's s'mores. They're adding like chocolate syrup and stuff, and marshmallows and graham crackers. Oh boy! And they're mixing all that. It's a campfire stuff mixed with s'mores and donuts. Like, you know, the stuff people crave when they eat donuts, I guess. He made it like a campfire on purpose. I'll go do some streaming, or watch you stream.
Okay.
I just think you might like Call of Duty, but again, if you have
I'm going
the
to
game,
be getting it. I'm going to be getting it.
If you have the game and you can, if you end up wanting to gift me any game, if I like what you're doing, I'll try that. I don't mind.
This is heavy multiplayer stuff, though.
Oh god, is it only multiplayer?
Yeah, it's only multiplayer.
Never mind then. I get it, but I'm not playing online multiplayer with just anybody.
Right, and I understand, which is why I'm more inclined to get,
that,
like,
you know,
Call of
we
Duty or
have
something.
to go and play with me and you, and then we have to have like 4 other guys.
Right.
I'll pass that. So I'll play COD with that, with multiple zombies. Or at least we got something that entertains everybody.
This is how, I'm only playing this because this is the closest thing I got to, or, you know, just getting me prepared for gunfights. Massive gunfights. But, I'm broadcasting right now. But you know what? I think it's been, quite a while? It's been 3 hours. This has been a 3-hour long stream. So, thank you. Wait a second. But thank you guys for being here and talking about the fact that Bethesda needs to stop. But
thank you for having me. I had my mic.
No problem. I look forward to having you on many more videos in the future. And